Had another rough conversation with the voices in your head. They said that love has shut the door on you, and you'd be better off instead. Girl, don't you listen? Your time is gonna come. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win. Yeah. So when you gonna let somebody in? It's a classic situation where you don't know how to feel, so you go it alone. You turn off the phone when the struggle gets too real. Yeah. Girl, you better listen. It's time to make a change. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win. So when you gonna let somebody in? Yeah, let 'em in. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win. So when you gonna let somebody in? Let 'em in. Had another rough conversation with the voices in your head. They said that love has shut the door on you, and you'd be better off instead. Girl, don't you listen? Your time is gonna come. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win. Yeah. So when you gonna let somebody in? It's a classic situation where you don't know how to feel, so you go it alone. You turn off the phone when the struggle gets too real. Yeah. Girl, you better listen. It's time to make a change. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win. So when you gonna let somebody in? Yeah, let 'em in. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win. So when you gonna let somebody
All right. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Happy Sunday evening. Happy Mother's Day Sunday to you. I'm your host, B Level.
And I'm Andrea.
And I'm Tristan.
Yeah, and I'm Anthony P, Mr. Hit Dog Holla.
And together we go by the Unpacking the Baggage podcast, the baddest podcast in the world. I promise you that. Now, today is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to you, Andrea.
Thank you.
Do we have any other mothers that are celebrating on the podcast?
Me. That's why I'm at home. Rolling my hair.
Now, listen, it is a holiday, Tristan. So Andrea was cool. Her PTO was signed off, but Tristan, you are not a mother. Like you should be at work. The holiday is only for mothers, Tristan. It's only for mothers.
I'm a mother.
You ain't no damn mama. Ain't shit about you say mother or motherfucker. Now I can celebrate Mother's Day because I fuck mothers, you know.
Boy, you need to start muting
I'm a
mics
motherfucker.
early.
You is Mike.
So listen, sponsors. We're gonna talk about the Mother's Day, but sponsors. We need sponsors to sponsor the podcast. Listen, last year we had over 1.2 million views, and so we're needing people to come and sponsor this great podcast. We need monetary sponsorship. It's very inexpensive to sponsor this podcast. If you want to be a sponsor, all you have to do is send an email to Unpacking the Baggage podcast lr@gmail.com. Again, Unpacking the Baggage podcast lr@gmail.com, or send the inbox to anybody on this podcast, Andrea, Anthony, Tristan, or myself, and someone from our sales team we'll get back in touch with you. Now, talking about sponsors, we talk about it Sunday in and Sunday out. On Sunday, June 8th, we will have Hair Invasion 2025. Now, the venue is going to be the venue at West Wind in Maumelle. And listen, here are the prices, okay? Here are the prices. I'm not going to go through all of the prices for the admission, but we have this I will post this after we finish tonight. But the real big deal is if you want to be involved, if you are a vendor, if you are a stylist, if you are a barber, and you want to be involved in this hair show, give Tam a call at 501-247-9817. Again, 501-247-9817, or call my guy Rod, 501-247-6729, 501-247-6729 if you want to be involved. Now, it is Mother's Day, so I do think that we need to start before we start talking about our deadbeat dad. I want to start off by saying tonight, congratulations to all the great mothers. We understand that Mother's Day is a national holiday, and we want to highlight you guys today. We want to set aside a great thank you for all of the mothers that are doing their things day in, day out. Without some of the fathers who don't show up at times, mothers still have to be sometimes the mother and the daddy. So we want to celebrate y'all today. We want to congratulate you today. So big congratulations to all of our mothers that listen to the podcast. Okay, big round of applause. You got anything you think add to that, JP? You looking like you want to say something. You got anything you want to add to that?
I got nothing to say.
He wants to say something. Y'all, if y'all are watching, I'm sorry to cut you off, B.
Go ahead.
If y'all are watching, please share this video and hit share it in the comments. I'm going to shout you out. Andrea just hooked me up with this new feature, so I can see the comments now from my phone, because B Level is talking about my computer. I can't afford a big computer like him. So we do have a few people that's on her. Candy. Hey, Candy. Happy Mother's Day to the Divas.
Hey,
Or,
Candy.
happy Mother's Day to Drea and Tristan. Thank you. Hey, Tam. Tony says B and P need to stay separated. You guys are too mischievous.
Yes, I think so too. That's right.
Thank you, Tony. Let's see here. Hey, Tam. Tam done locked in.
Yes,
thank you, Candy. Thank you for sharing.
Happy Mother's Day to Tam too. I texted
yes, happy Mother's Day to Candy and Miss Tam. Happy Mother's Day. Hey, Patricia.
Patricia's on here. Happy Mother's Day to you, Patricia. Happy Mother's Day to all of our female listeners. If you are a VIP listener or not, happy Mother's Day. Now, we need you guys. Tell them what you want them to do about sharing the video, Tristan.
Yes, I want y'all to share the video. And also, I want you to type share it in the comments so we can shout you out individually.
And we've been letting y'all get away with that sharing because I'm noticing my shares are not getting where they normally be. So if you are on, I need everybody that can hear us to share it. Please share it on Mother's Day, okay? Share it today, and then share it in the comments. And Tristan will shout you out, okay? You got through all of your comments, Tristan. I think that's all everybody.
Yeah, that's all that's coming up on my end.
All right, so listen, two things that we're gonna do. I want everybody that's celebrating a birthday from now on out to inbox me. We're going to start shouting out our birthdays at the beginning of the podcast. Okay, so if you have a birthday that's coming up next week or the upcoming weeks, we want to send us a picture, send us your name, and sometimes you might want to let us know how old you're turning. If you don't care about that, put that in the inbox, and we will at the beginning of the podcast, we're going to go ahead and shout out all of our birthdays. So starting next week, if you're celebrating your birthday, send us a picture. Send us your name so we can tag you. And then also, if you want to share the age that you're turning and you don't care about it, put that also, because we're going to start doing our birthday shout outs. Next week, also, y'all, we have a new intro that's going to debut next week. Okay. A brand new intro you won't hear, or it's basically a countdown. So the countdown you hear with the little, is ain't no money. We got a new song that's going to be coming on. We have a new countdown, and hopefully it is done so we can debut it on next week. Okay.
Thank you, Charles, for the share.
Yeah. Hey, PFM in the building. That's my guy. All right. What else we got? We already talked about. All right. So today we are talking about deadbeat dads on Mother's Day. How appropriate for a conversation for us to talk about. I know last week we talked about the bitter baby mama, and Andrea was very evident on when are we going to talk about the deadbeat dad. So it's National Mother's Holiday on Mother's Day. We're going to, how befitting to us to talk about these deadbeat dads. Now, I always start every time by seeing what Google has to say about what we're talking about. So Andrea, I'm going to put up here what Google says about deadbeat dads. Can you read that?
Yes, it says a deadbeat dad is a derogatory, the time clock is over there, derogatory something for a father who
The derogatory term.
Derogatory term for a father who neglects his parental responsibilities, particularly in failing to pay child support as ordered by a court. This term is also used for parents who abandon their children and fail to engage with them. The term can also be applied to mothers who fail to fulfill their parental obligations.
All right, so I want to add a little bit of twist to this deadbeat father, and there's something else called absent father syndrome, okay? So we're going to add that. What does that say for the absent father syndrome, Andrea?
So it says father's absence occurs when parents separate and the father no longer lives with his children and provides no parental investment. Parental separation has been proven to affect a child's development and behavior.
All right, so right here we are seeing that if you are dealing with a deadbeat dad, or if you're dealing with absent father syndrome, this could be a problem for your kids. Now, there are a lot of reasons why men turn out to be deadbeat fathers, but I think today we're going to talk about some things that has been noted that they're doing. We've got some people that are already chiming in. Tristan, why don't you read Patricia and Rodney's comment that they've got here? I'm going to put Patricia's up here first while you read it.
They fail. I think it says if they fail to engage with them. I'm sorry, so small.
That failed to engage with them. And then Rodney's, you might not be able to see that. Rodney Dickerson's.
Deadbeat dad, that's some bees. Deadbeat dad, that's some bees. These sorry assholes change. I can't.
Read that one. Read that one.
He said,
take your time. Take your time.
Oh, I got it. Just small. Deadbeat dad, that's some bees. These sorry assholes change the topic.
That's some BS.
Okay, so first of all,
oh, that's Rodney. What? That's Rodney. Let me see what he said. Let me see what he mean. He said, "Deadbeat dad, that's some
BS.
these sorry assholes." Change the topic. We talked about the sorry assholes last Sunday, so you missed that.
So
we talked about the deadbeat mamas last Sunday, so now the deadbeat daddy. You had your chance. You missed the episode. If you want to go back, rewatch the episode.
Yeah.
Go to my page, B Level page. You can go rewatch the last episode when we was talking about the hoes. Now we talking about the niggas.
So listen, Rodney, you missed that. Tristan is right. We talked about bitter baby mamas last week. Okay, so you missed that. I don't know if you were tuning in for that, but today we are talking about deadbeat dad, and then Marcella Tarn-Weston says, "Happy Mother's Day, ladies." Okay, so listen, deadbeat dads. That seems to be. So I want to just go ahead and right now open up the request line, information line. I think last week we had some people that wanted to call and talk about their bitter baby mama story. So I want to go ahead right at the beginning, and I got the number here. If you got stories about deadbeat daddy, you got stories about a deadbeat daddy, then give us a call, 501-650-9726. Tristan, were you trying to say something?
Yes, Rodney that just got on there. He's actually an excellent father. He
Okay.
just came. He was telling me, he just made that comment. He's actually an excellent father.
Okay. Well, Rodney, obviously, let me
Is
see.
your baby daddy?
You asked.
No, that's not your baby daddy.
Okay.
I don't got no baby daddy.
All right. So listen, a couple of videos that I want to put up while we're waiting on someone to call and we can talk about this video. Here's the first one. And this is a guy that's talking about, fellas, the way you respect your baby mama. Here's what he say about you should do, how you
Certain
should feel
men
about
talk
your
about
baby.
the mother of their children fucking gets on my nerves. This woman created a child for you. You call her out her motherfucking name? What the fuck is wrong with you? And you call yourself a man, but you don't honor the woman that had your children. And this man is gonna watch this and call me sensitive saying that. He pandering to y'all simply because I'm saying if you have a child with a woman, you honor that woman. That don't mean every day you gonna like that woman. That don't mean you're gonna agree with every decision she make. But what you look like fixing your lips to raise your voice at the woman that bared your children. You disrespecting the woman that is taking care of your seed. You are fucking with the mindset and the mental health of the woman that's most responsible for how your child is gonna turn out. Nothing makes me lose respect for a man faster than that. Y'all be calling yourselves alpha men, but the way you talk bad about your baby moms let me know a lot about you.
Oh, he a simp.
Why?
Another-
He's
I
speaking
just
some
like.
real truth.
Nah.
He's speaking some very real truth.
I know I'm talking stuff. I'm just talking.
Okay, so what he is saying is that fellas should have the utmost respect for a woman who buried your children. You should, when you talk about her, it should be with great dignity and great respect. You should always honor her, put her on a platform. I want to see what you guys think about that. Do you feel like guys should have a mutual respect for women that are their mothers, their kids' mother? What do you think about that, Andrea?
I do. I think it goes both ways. So I think that even when you are not as happy with your child's father, I do think that you should always display a level of respect for their dads. And it is hard, trust me, because I haven't been perfect in that area. But I do think a man should always display the utmost respect, because at the end of the day, she is molding his legacy. And if men don't really look at it like that, then I mean, what you put in is what you get out.
Yeah. What do you think about that, P?
I mean, based on what she talking about, you molding his legacy. Yeah, that's sometimes true, sometimes not true. Because nowadays the women don't even get a baby the man last name. So
He is
his
such a
name
bitter
John.
baby daddy. He is
No,
such a bitter.
I'm just saying. So that ain't my legacy.
Hey,
That's your legacy.
Anthony,
If I
baby
have
mama,
a baby
can you
with you,
please call into the show? I would love to.
yeah, call in
Baby
this
mama.
motherfucker. Cause if I have a baby with you and you get a baby your last name, that ain't my damn legacy. That's your legacy.
But we're talking about internal. We're talking about the way that she loves your child, the way that she educates your child, the way that she molds their inner being. We're talking about all of those things. I mean, if it's still your bloodline, it's still your bloodline. And don't get me wrong, yes, last name should matter too. But I'm just saying, like, you want to be there for the person who is raising your kids, and that has just went down the drain with men now. It's just not a
Because
thing.
y'all call niggas bitch ass niggas and all this. Now this how it should be. We ain't together. I ain't gonna say nothing bad about you. I ain't gonna disrespect you. I ain't gonna call you out your name. If somebody else have something bad to say about you, I'm gonna say, hey, you know what? That's between y'all. Don't ask me for my input. That's my kid's mom. I ain't got nothing bad to say.
You
I
ain't.
say
That is
that.
not how you finna talk. You
That's
gonna be
how
like, fuck that
I
bitch.
come to God. That's how I'm
Y'all
gonna say it.
try to play. I get what you're saying, brother man. I get what you're saying, but y'all try to make it seem like y'all just such like y'all don't be talking stuff. I done
Man, I
seen
don't
it.
be on
Y'all
live just talking to hoes
niggas
like you
act
be
like
doing.
bitter baby mamas too. I seen it firsthand.
Yeah.
And some of y'all are like you, how you just explained it, but I don't think you like that. I think you be talking crazy too. She make
You
you
know,
mad. You talking crazy.
the old me
You
used to be
talking
like that.
crazy amongst your
I'm
homeboys. You
telling you.
talking crazy about your baby
No,
mama. You
no,
are
because
B level.
the old me used to do that. That's what
Okay,
got me
the
put on
old you.
child support, though. You know, the old me got me put on child support. You know, I'd be out there, man,
Yeah,
fuck that.
exactly.
She this. Then next thing I know, I'm getting letters to the house from Arkansas child support. You know, so now I don't do that no more. You know, so I
Right
got
now
put
you
off.
act
I
like you
got
got some
taken off child
sense.
support is now. You know, I get all my
Now,
money
cause you acting
now.
like you got
So
some
I'm a good
sense.
nigga now.
Yeah.
I be good nigga for baby mama, nigga. I be good nigga.
And I do agree with Andrea that you should speak very highly of her, but sometimes that's hard. Sometimes you don't. I mean, it's
Yeah, it
I
is.
mean,
It
I
is.
mean, it really is hard.
Nah.
A lot of times
It's hard both ways.
it depends on the relationship that you have with that baby
Yeah.
mother. Obviously, if you have a great relationship, then you can say, but respect is one of those things that goes both ways, right?
Yeah.
Respect
It
is not
is.
one of those things that just you have to have for the mother. I think there's a mutual respect. Yes, you did bear the child. Yes, you did physically bring the child in. Yes, you do deserve respect for going through the labor and doing all of the things that you have to do for us to have this child. And then the other thing is that you got to understand, which often I think guys get in a trick bag, is she is the person that's raising one of the most important things that you have in your life. And so you want to kind of have a good rapport with her, because if you don't, obviously your child might not see you or think of you as great if you
Yeah.
don't have a great relationship with the mother. So it does have some direct benefits in trying to keep a very cordial
does.
but I'm telling you, sometimes it gets really hard. It's really, really hard. But I do agree with the young man that when you talk about your kid's mother, hey, I got a kid's mother. You know, my kid's mother is one of the best mothers that I can have. Now, we don't always agree. Obviously, we beef.
Yeah.
But as it relates to just her being a good mother, I will give her that. That does happen. We got some comments, Tristan. I want you to go ahead and catch these comments up.
Yes,
All right.
let's see here. I don't have Marcella says I don't have an issue. I'm just here for the comments. Me too.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Candy Webb says sometimes the term is abused. When a woman can't get what she wants, she used the children as a pawn.
I agree
Thank
with
you.
that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I
I
agree.
didn't.
Patricia Moreland says that clip was the truth.
Yes. Yes.
It was.
Also, Tony Dickerson says calling the dad a hoe ass nigga and a bitch, and they're an excellent dad.
And I think we got Hollywood Tanya on here. She
Yes, I was
read
just gonna
her.
read hers. Tanya says all my kids got their own daddy. 2 out of 3, I did pretty good. Only one a
Damn.
deadbeat.
2 out of 3. Should have made me one of them baby daddies, baby. Shit. Hey, hold on. Patricia Moreland say that's fucked up way of thinking, P. What she mean by that? Let us know what's happening.
Patricia Anthony saying that that comment when you say that's a fucked up way. Give us a call, Tristan. Patricia 501-650-9726. Tristan, go ahead and keep reading comments while we wait on.
Giovanna Patrick says yes, they do.
What do you mean by that? I want you to answer the questions in whole responses. What is she, Giovanna, when you say yes, they do, what are you referring to?
I believe she's saying when she was saying that when Anthony was like they be talking. I don't know. I think it's the one where he was saying
Giovanna,
that
when you comment in whole sentences, let me know when you say yes, they do what you're talking about. Patricia said something else.
Patricia says, well, if it's not hard, it's not. I don't know. Well, if it's hard, don't say shit.
Yeah.
What fuck you
Yeah, well,
take
if
your
it's hard,
time?
What
don't
he's
say.
saying.
She's
Cause
saying
you ain't
don't
gotta
say
do
shit
nothing.
about.
You just gotta show up. You don't do nothing. You don't read no comment. You barely show up.
Tristan,
You
Anthony
be
trying
fishing.
to.
You be
And all
you
he
be
know
trying
how to
to
talk
trick
about
on.
is
You be
women
trying to
and
trick
what
all
they
our
ain't
women's
doing.
on
He's
our.
so
Man, I
bitter.
don't want to hear that shit. You be handcuffing motherfuckers. Hey, I try
You
to get out of the
bitter.
game. I
You
try
are
to be a
so
good nigga.
bitter.
Hey, Angie.
You ain't let me be great. I tell you, I said, man, I need a good hostman chick. You know what I'm saying? Help me with one of your friends. You ain't tell a motherfucker about niggas. Nigga, shut the fuck up.
Cause
Come
I
on
know
with
what my
Candace.
friend like.
They don't like what you
Okay.
got. I got what they need. I got what the fuck they need. You want the same thing they want, nigga.
I never spoke. I never. Candy says. Candy, Kenny says, I never spoke bad about him in front of the children. I made him look like a hero to them. With friends or family, he was a sorry motherfucker. They saw things for themselves when they were
When
older.
they got older. And that's the other thing. You really today in time, you don't really have to say anything negative about your baby daddy because they're going to see it. If you, like Candy said, if you just don't talk shit about them, you just let whatever happens happen. You don't let your kids find out who their fathers are themselves. You don't have to help persuade their opinion, right? You don't have to. Somebody said, get him, Tristan Hobbs. Tony L. Dixon said, get him. You talking about P, Tristan Hobbs.
Tony, I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood. It's Mother's Day. I'm trying to enjoy my holiday.
So I'm gonna put Hollywood Tanya's comment up there. She's saying all my kids got their own daddy. 2 out of 3. I did pretty well. Only one deadbeat. So Tanya, I know that you are very vocal in what you do. I would love to talk to you about this one daddy that you got as a deadbeat. So I'm summoning Hollywood Tanya to call if she let me put my request line number up again. 501-650-9726. 501-650-9726. What mental space when these fathers are being deadbeat dad, how does that affect the children? How are they affected by their dads not coming around, their dads not being in the life? Obviously, I read somewhere where a lot of these kids, it affect them where they'll have mental issues. They won't be, this affect them when you're raised by one parent and you don't have both sides. It takes a mother and a father to raise them. When you're only raised by the mother, I spoke on that last week. How does it affect the children?
It can affect them in a lot of different ways. Oh, Pete.
Yeah, no, I'm talking to you, Tristan. Obviously, were you raised by a single mother, Tristan?
Yes.
Was your dad around?
No, he wasn't.
Okay. And do you felt like that affected you growing when you got older, being raised by your mom?
When I got older, when I was like middle school, high school, it didn't start affecting me until like I got older, like until I got like 8th grade.
Yeah. Did you ever ask your father why he wasn't around?
No, I never.
See, I think that's important. You need to ask daddy because sometimes women and the mamas be telling you one side of the story. And
But see, that's the thing. My mom never disrespected him. Like she ain't like, yeah, that bitch ass nigga, he ain't around. She never did that.
I know, but you might have been.
We just didn't talk about it. But if I was like, hey, I want to talk to my daddy, see what she'll pick up the phone. I knew who my daddy was.
Yeah.
Now I would say he was around. I remember when I was when I was like 5, 6, he was around. Then we moved away, and that's when I stopped seeing him because I was older. And then he got remarried or had other kids or whatever the case would be. But I don't think it was a.
Gotcha.
I don't think my mom enforced it because I never asked. You know what I'm saying? Like I just figured you're supposed to be around because you want to. You know what I'm saying? Like you're supposed to. No, I didn't feel like I was supposed to force. Hey, can I go to my daddy? I didn't start asking to go see my people until I got older. Until I wanted to know who I was. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't affect me until I got older.
So was that?
But it does cause a lot of trauma though. It did cause a lot of trauma for me in high school. It did cause me to wonder, like, about me, like, and then like you get to some disrespect, don't have respect for me, and some kids don't have respect for their absent parent gender. Like if you were raised by your dad, a lot of guy or females or guys, they don't respect women. If you're raised by your mom, like me, when like a guy tried to have authority over me, I would cause a problem because you're not finna. My old daddy ain't even around. You ain't finna tell me what the fuck to do. Like that was my attitude.
You need to stop calling that nigga daddy. Then hell, you confusing that man. You calling that man daddy at nighttime, but then we try to act like your daddy. You want to tell him he ain't your damn daddy.
What is you talking about? You
talking about like your stepfather, right?
I'm saying as far as anybody had authority on
like
me.
A male.
Like a male figure, like if you were at school and you talking crazy to me, like you ain't finna talk to me like that because my own daddy not around. Like that's the type of attitude I had. Like a lot of kids are like that. Like with the absent parent, a lot of people don't respect that gender that's absent. Like if you think about it, it's pretty normal.
And so I need someone to call 501-650. You don't have to share your name. I want you to share a story that where your deadbeat dad actually happened and it came out of it and it turned into a great situation? Obviously, we always talk about, you know, the downfalls of being a deadbeat dad, but I would love to talk to someone who turned a bad situation good. Now, Tristan, going back to you, you said that when you were growing up, you didn't ask to see your dad. Was it because he was just not around? You didn't
No,
desire
because
to
I
see
mean,
him?
it's my mama did it. My mom, shit, she was the mom and the dad. My mama was tough. Like, so
Yeah,
I really didn't yearn
my
for
mom was
shit.
too.
I didn't yearn
Yeah.
for a dad until I got older. I didn't really care about having a dad, but I knew who he was. I talked to him on the phone on occasions and stuff like that, but physically he was not there. And I don't consider him a deadbeat because I honestly don't know why he wasn't there. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
Mm.
I remember graduation. He sent me some money. He called. He called every holiday, birthday. He called. I remember our
Yeah.
phone call. So I wouldn't consider him a deadbeat. I just until I don't know what actually happened between
I tell
him
you what
and
happened. Mama wanted to just co-parent with daddy. Daddy wanted to still co-fuck. And when he find that mama didn't want to get that pussy up no more, he like, shit, fuck that
No, I
then.
don't think that because my mama wasn't never fucked up about nothing. She'd had her own. She was the youngest of all my grandmother's kids, and she did her own shit. So she never needed a nigga for nothing. Or so I don't think it was that.
Well, and you know,
But
Anthony was joking about it, but a lot of times that is the situation.
you didn't get
If you are
Like my
still
mama the
sleeping,
type of person, she ain't fuck what you like, she gonna handle on her own. So and that's why I'm glad it happened because I have those same qualities. I don't ask nobody for shit. I get up and get it on my own. And I
yeah,
guess
but
why I didn't yearn for him because I had everything that I needed from that one parent.
yeah.
so was there a male figure that helped you learn the male side of things? Like, okay, you were raised
No,
by your mom, okay, and do you feel like that had a desire for you to be gay? Do you feel like that being raised by just a mother, you did not get to spend time with
no.
your dad? You don't think that? Okay.
No, I don't think that. I think I had feminine qualities because my dad wasn't there. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I was always around more women. But like
Right.
I had a grandpa, my grandmother was married to a guy. I had a grandfather, so I did mow the lawn. He taught me how to mow the grass,
Hmm.
lay grass pallets, work on cars. I had
Right.
uncles. You know, I
Yeah.
still had males there, but like not males there every day, every season. Like I had an uncle, I had brothers. You know what I'm saying? So like I had cousins, you know what I'm saying? So like I had male people around. I knew,
Yeah.
right from wrong, you know what I'm saying? It's just the fact that that grounded male figure
How,
every day.
how old were you when you started seeing your dad, Tristan? I mean, how old were you when you started hanging around? Were you high school? Were you older than that, or when your dad started?
When
When
I
you
started
started
going back around my dad physically, I think I was in late middle school. Like I think I was in like the eighth grade.
eighth or ninth grade?
Yeah, around the eighth
Okay.
grade before high school. I just wanted to like, damn, I haven't been around my dad. And I was like, Mom, can I go down there and stay with my people? So she let me, my mom let me move, I believe, in the eighth grade by myself.
So
She let me move to Newport, Arkansas. That's how I have ties to Arkansas. My dad's people are from Newport, Arkansas.
really,
So, yeah, so I stayed there. I met my cousins and I met my sisters, my older sisters and stuff, and my siblings also. And I built a bond with all my brothers. Well, not all my brothers and sisters. The brothers and sisters that are my age. I built a
Yeah.
bond with them.
and
So.
you say you don't consider him to be a deadbeat dad, even though he
I mean,
was
I
not
wouldn't
around.
consider because I don't know the situation. I mean,
Yeah,
could he been more around? Yes, you know what I'm saying, but I don't know the situation. I don't know. My mama left him. I don't know. We just
yeah.
never talked about it.
And you feel, and then we'll go to something else. And you feel like just because, so you don't think just because he wasn't around, he wasn't a deadbeat. So obviously, the definition of a deadbeat is somebody who doesn't spend time with him, who doesn't provide for him financially. Do you know if he was helping your mom financially?
No, I actually don't know. I
You
don't
don't know
know.
that. But so the definition of a deadbeat is somebody who doesn't spend time and have a relationship with them, nor provide financially. So
Yes,
he didn't have a relationship because you didn't see him. So you know one half of that he wasn't doing.
right.
But in your mind, you still did not see him as a deadbeat because you don't know the reason. Did you
I
ever
don't know
ask
the
him the
reason.
reason why he didn't come around when you were young?
I think I did never ask because when we did talk, I was just in the pleasure of like, oh, I'm talking to my dad, so
Yeah.
I don't care at that moment because I'm talking to him. You know what I'm saying? So like it
Yeah.
don't when I'm talking to him, I be wanting to say stuff, but then I'm just so glad that I got him on the phone that we're
Right.
actually bonding. Like I just talked to him like 2 weeks ago and we stayed on the phone for 3 hours. So
Yeah. Enjoy the
I
moment.
don't
Yeah.
And
I I enjoyed the moment of it. And
Yeah.
I'm grown now. I never wanted to, even when I was younger, like 18, I had a job. Like I didn't need nothing from him. It was more so
Yeah.
I wanted to speak to my dad to know who I was, to talk to him about stuff that I can't talk to my mom about. Because she was
Yeah.
Yeah.
mean as hell. I couldn't talk to her about stuff. To me, I couldn't. So I wanted to talk to him about stuff that I feel like I was on, or tell him things that I've been through to see if he been through some of those same things, or is this supposed to happen, or am I supposed to be like this? Or
Yeah.
I want to know his mannerisms, like why am I like this? You know what I'm saying? Like I want to be around him more to figure out why am I who I am. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to
To
say
see if we,
Go
something.
ahead, Andrea. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I just think too, like he's saying, when you are a child, you're not really into the logistics of things. You just
yeah, as a child,
when he does show up, it's like, yeah, I just want to be with my dad. But I do
yeah,
want to tell like most of the males that are considered deadbeats, I just want to tell you guys like, or some of these men like they really, really, really need to understand even the smallest things. I have seen little boys in households where where they only have mothers, and I can see a little boy, and sometimes a little boy would go in the closet and he'll put on his mama's shoes, and he doesn't know that there's anything wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Or he'll put on a dress, or it can just be something feminine, as something as simple as masculinity and just being feminine. And so when you have a father there, that role of that man is he grooms that, and I
yes,
because I've seen like I said, I've seen some little boys do that, and then their dad will be like, "Boy, you don't do that. You don't put on no shoes. That's what that's what girls do." Or if sometimes if they cry a little too much, they'll say, "You a man. You man up." And they're and even those smaller things are teaching those kids how to be, and there are small things that a man really never even knows that
yes,
someone is mimicking him, but he is. And then even
yeah,
for girls, a girl needs to know the first person a girl will love is her daddy, and the first person that a man will love is his mama. And you have some men who have not been raised by their mother, they're a little fucked up in the head. They are, I'm sorry to say, but
yeah. They are.
they be having some motherfucking issues.
Yeah,
And when you still got a mama there and some nurturing, sometimes it's not as bad to not have the dad. But even from an internal standpoint of not having a father, like a girl, she needs a man to tell her how beautiful she is. She needs a man to put his arms around her and really love on her, so that the first man that comes up, she won't be, oh, just going crazy. There are some things that people really, 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 really miss. And like Tristan was saying too, I think that for women, you see a lot of these men now, and I'm just gonna say this and be done with it. You see a lot of these men now, and they be like, "Oh, I'm not taking care of no woman, and she needs to get up and go to work, and so and so and so and so." Women have gotten so used to just surviving. Like all of us are in survive. If you've been a single mama and you ain't a rich bitch or you ain't a boss bitch, you done been in survival. You done been where you can barely pay your bills. You done been where where you're barely making it. You've been in these places where you're in survival, and when you're in survival, your mental does not have the capacity. Sorry, Izzy just walking around. Your mental does not have the capacity to even be the best that you can be, because you're so busy
Right.
paying bills. Like he said, my mama was mean as hell. Your mama
Right.
probably wasn't a mean woman. She just probably was tired. She probably was exhausted. She probably was
exactly,
working.
exactly.
She probably
Yeah,
trying to put groceries on the table. Love y'all boys. She don't really know completely. She doing the
yeah,
best she can. And so the littlest things that they do, and I encourage women today too, like even if you do have a deadbeat father, like, and I'm gonna say this because I don't even like putting my child's father on blast or whatever. But like my girls was graduating from high school. I paid for their daddy to come to the graduation. I paid for the rental car. I paid for the hotel. I wanted him to
God
come
damn.
that bad to see.
Shit.
Yeah, I did, and I didn't even tell my kids
God
because
damn.
I wanted him there to see them walk. And he was like, I don't have it. I'm like, I don't care. I just want you there. And so I'm not encouraging women to do certain things, but I am encouraging women that even the smallest thing that they're doing, allow them to do that, and keep pushing that and keep encouraging that, because you do want that. And men, you know if you provide better and you protect better and you instill better, you will get a better mother to your children. You will. It's just
And I obviously I hear it and I understand that. I think Andrea, you've went above and beyond what you should have done to get him there. But I do understand how important it was for your daughters to have their father and their mother, to see them accomplish one of the best accomplishments in life, and them to just walk across the stage. So, you did what you need to do. You were saying about, a girl not being raised by their father. Just, we talked about the boy and the effect it has on the boy, but the girls, how
Yeah,
that, the first time that a man showed them some love, because they have not been shown by a father, they have not fallen in love with their father first. The first dude that comes around and buy him something or tells him that he loves him or treat him any type of way, they don't even know how a man love is supposed to be.
They don't. They
So
don't.
they
And you become more
it's the same
promiscuous. I
way.
mean, that's a common thing for women to be more promiscuous women who don't have a male father figure in their lives because you don't. You are in it, and even biblically, be level, a girl never leaves her father's love. I mean, the father hands her off to another man at the end of the day. If you
mm,
really want to
yeah,
get
yeah,
real, so when you
right,
hear us say, when you hear women even kind of like even being in the streets and they be like, "That's daddy." Daddy came from being a person who was a protector, a
right,
provider,
right,
somebody who loves you, and you're still transferring a different kind of love that is still a fatherly figure love, because that's the first love, and that's always primarily the love that you're mimicking. When a man finds a woman who looks like his mother, not or not maybe not looks like her, but kind of acts like her or is nurturing as much as she was, I mean, it makes him be like, okay, this reminds me of good, if she's a good
right.
woman. So I just think, like I said, yeah, they are very vital roles, and you have people have to really understand, like, it's little things that you don't even begin to know that you're missing. It's holes that you're leaving in your children, that eventually they will put other things to fill those holes. If parents don't fill them, it's abandonment holes. They're all kind of holes that we leave in people when we are not present and we're absent, and it does a
Mhm.
lot of things. So
Yeah, that's
And
exactly what I was. That's
go ahead,
exactly what I
Tristan.
was saying. That's basically what I did. I filled my holes with different things. Like
Well, yeah, we
right,
know what you filled
that's
your holes with,
you need
goddamn
to
it.
shut up, Fancy. But
We know what the
most
fuck
fill
you
their
fill your
holes with
hole with.
drinking. They fill their holes with drinking. They fill it with sex. They fill them with drugs. They fill them with
Right.
anger. We fill our holes, no matter what these
Yeah.
holes are. We fill
Tristan,
in
what you
all
fill your holes
sexual
with?
holes. Be Anthony, cut it out.
No, he part of the show. Shit, he should get to tell, the things that happened to him, what he had to fill his
no,
No,
but
holes
I want you
with,
to
honestly,
tell what
and
but
shit
happened
like
to
honestly,
that.
but
you.
listen, honestly, to be for the truthful answer, I know we playing or
Yeah.
whatever. But I feel like when I met my sisters, I already knew them, but I was just so young to remember them. My older sister on my dad's side, like being around her, being around her kids, so I built a bond with my dad's side of the family. Like my uncle, we're close. He's like my father. I call him my twin cousin. We're around the same age.
Yeah.
Um, I built a whole nother family, so that's what filled the holes for him being missing because I had, they're his family, they're my family, my grandmother on my dad's side, my cousins, so many of us. Like I have a big extended family.
Yeah, and the other thing is I'm here sitting here thinking about it. Even me being single, looking for somebody to date, and my research and just trying to be very careful that you pick women that you're more likely to succeed in. And for me, research tells me that I should look for a woman who was raised by both parents. If you look
Yeah.
for a woman and you dating a woman that was not raised by her father, there are going to be some abandonment issues there. There are going to be some trust issues there. And so if I'm looking to pick who I'm going to date, my go-to is to try to find a woman who they don't have to be both parents don't have to be in the house, but I do want to date a woman that has a relationship with her mother and her father, because those women are more likely to be great, successful women, not broken women, not women that are needing. Every time you tell them something, they thinking you lying because they have abandonment issues, they don't trust issues. All of these things stem from at the beginning of how you're raised and the mindset that you're raised in being around your father. So, I mean, it
That and
goes.
that's really true, beloved. Because even when you think about it from a man's perspective, like I said, like I hit before, a man who does not have a good relationship with his mother, the
Mm,
person that that had him, they usually do not respect women, and they usually have a real hard time in relationship with women, period.
Yes.
Mhm.
And even when you think about it, if a man cannot love his mother unless she's
Mhm.
just awful or she's did
Mhm.
some really awful things to him, and even like I said, the way it leaves him when they're not
Mm.
there, the way just the nurturing, just missing the nurturing part of it. It really stains them. And so when you think about dating a man who was not nurtured properly,
Mhm.
it's the same thing. It's it's
Baby
it's most
son.
definitely the same thing.
Oof.
What do you think, Andrea? And if you guys are listening, I would like to hear somebody come on. What do you think about when you meet a guy, right, and he has children? How do you decide? What signs do you look for? Or maybe I should play this video because I have a video that I'm going to play first, and then I'm going to come back and let you answer it. Women, when you're looking to date a guy, what signs do you look for to tell you if he is a deadbeat? I'm going to play this video, Andrea, then I'm going to come back and get your opinion on it, okay? This guy's talking about the signs that women should look for. If you're dating a guy that have kids, here's some signs that you could
Know how
be
to spot
interested in
a
a deadbeat.
deadbeat
Let's
baby
listen to
daddy? Well, here are some very obvious telltale signs. He completely neglects his parental responsibilities. He doesn't ever call his kids. He claims parental alienation, but isn't doing shit about it besides accusing and complaining. He's the fucking victim in every single possible situation. Every one of them. He cancels visits with his kids often and regularly, with the most ridiculous of excuses. Someone else supports him, usually his new supply or mommy, or both. And they both take care of and enable everything he does. He refuses to pay child support and claims it's either too much or he's afraid she's gonna live off the payments. Now, mind you, the child support payments are typically less than $100. That won't even cover the kid's snacks. He continues to drag the mother of his children through court unjustly and as a means of retaliation. He doesn't show up to his kids' school activities, conferences, appointments, nothing. Oh, and one of my favorites, he steals pictures from the mother of his kids' Facebook and then tries to post them as his own. I fucking can't. One
He was very animated, but
Yeah. He ain't represent for us though.
we represent for
He
people.
represent for a different culture. He ain't talking about us.
Okay.
'Cause
So listen, Nivea is saying he put you before the kids of some signs. Go ahead and read Sheena's. You got Sheena's comment, Tristan?
Yes. If he has more than 3 different baby mamas, he was reckless with his seed. He didn't know when to stop. How he speaks on the other parent.
How he speaks on the other parent. So what they're saying is if he has more than 3 baby mamas and he's reckless, that means that he is reckless with his seed. He's basically having babies by everybody.
no, well, hold on. Let's stay on that right there.
Okay.
Now, what's the difference in having sex with 5 different people using no condom or no protection than having 5 different women and 5 kids by 5 different women? What's the difference?
There's no difference.
I was just trying to answer.
I couldn't see the video, but I do think that is reckless. I mean, my husband has quite a bit of children, and they are
Mhm.
by different women.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the video was about.
So the
But,
video was just saying, Andrea, it was trying to give women signs when you meet a guy, what to look for him to be a deadbeat dad. It was just giving you signs. It was saying something about y'all help me remember what it said, Tristan Anthony. It was just saying stuff like if
He complained about child support payment being too high or too low. But that ain't. Now, ladies, I'm gonna tell y'all the real sign of how y'all can tell if you fucking with a fuck boy or deadbeat baby dad. If you fucking with a nigga and he got, goddamn it, 2 or 3 kids and he got a 1-bedroom apartment and all his kids under 10 years old, that's a deadbeat baby daddy.
Because that means he doesn't.
That means he ain't getting his kids. What the kids sleeping there when they come over there? You know?
Y'all, that's all right.
That's one. You know, next thing, you go if a motherfucker got 5, 6 kids and he got a 2-seater car and that's his only car.
He ain't driving the kids nowhere.
Baby.
Okay.
He can't even come pick the kids up if you have a flat tire and take them to school,
Yep.
Yeah, So I ain't gonna tell all the game. You know, if y'all want to know the rest of it, hit me up, Anthony P.
And listen, Shayna's saying facts. Shayna's agreeing with you.
Yeah.
Shayna's saying facts. Okay. But listen, it's very obvious, Andrea. It should be very obvious to a woman if she is dating a deadbeat. Now, most times these guys will say, the baby mama is difficult. She hard to deal with. I don't really fuck with her because some of the things that we talked about last week, these women can make it so difficult that you say, fuck that kid. There's a lot of that going on. If you meet a guy, Andrea, that has issues with their baby mama, how do you see that guy? How does that have an effect on how far you go with him if he's beefing with this baby mama?
I mean, it just depends on because like I have been with I've had a husband who had challenges out of his first wife and their
Mhm.
children.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
then again, like I said, Bob has a lot of children and a lot of
Right.
baby mamas. And what I do look at, like with my husband now, I just look at like how is your relationship with your kids? And
Mm-hmm.
they do beef sometimes,
Right.
but a man, you when you're dealing with a man and he doesn't go pick up his kids, or
Yeah.
they don't come around him,
Yeah.
or they don't want to be around him, or when his birthday come, they don't call him and say happy
Yeah.
birthday, or there's really no time spent, those are indicators and red flags right there that
Yeah.
there is some serious breakdown. Um it's just that's the kind of thing. And like if I wouldn't date a man, I tell a person, I mean, sometimes, other women think you come in the picture and they be like, oh, she's gonna take the man away from the kids. You be like, no, I'm gonna always encourage this nigga. No, you need to, if you ain't going to get your kids, you need to go get your kids. Why are
Mm-hmm.
they not calling? Why are you not with them some weekends? Let's go get them. Let's take them, so those are the indicators that they're deadbeat. It ain't about the car. It ain't, to me, it's not about the house. It's not about how
Mm-hmm.
many bedrooms you got, whether you can really provide, if you got 3 kids, whether you can put each one of them in a bedroom. No, like I told you last time, time equals love. And if they not spending no time with them, you don't ever see them with their kids. Those are your signs. You don't never pick up, even when they fighting. If the daddy can't pick up the phone and call the child and just be like, "I love you. I'm thinking about you," or text them sometimes. Hey, I want to make things right. I want to do this. Then those are the signs for me.
Well,
You
and
know.
then Andrea, I'm hearing you talking, but there are some situations that you got some fathers out there and the mothers are difficult and you can only do so much, right? I mean, obviously, you got to get to know that guy to
Yeah,
know
but
what
you
those
don't
signs.
never stop trying. That's the
Yeah.
thing, B level. You don't never
Yeah.
stop trying as a child. Like my husband, Corey, that I had, there were some issues when we first got together, and it was like, no, it was a lot of difficulties. And it was difficulties
Mm-hmm.
because of parents, not the
Mm-hmm.
kids. But like
Mm-hmm.
I was telling him, I said, as long as you got their cell phone number, you just say, hey, I'm thinking about you. I want you to know I'm here.
What
I know
about when
what
the kid's
you
too young to
never
have a cell phone?
stop. Okay,
What
but
about when
you
they're
never
3 and 4
stop.
years
You
old?
write them a letter. You show up at the school. You don't ever stop trying. So your child can always say, "Well, my daddy did try. My daddy
Yeah.
did try. I know my daddy wanted to see me. My daddy did this. My daddy did that." It's little things that parents can do. And even if it ain't nothing but paying that funky ass little child support that some of us get, just
Mm-hmm.
pay that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you
Mm-hmm.
consistent with what you
Mm-hmm.
can be consistent with. Because at the end of the day, all that your mama did this and your mama dad ain't worth the shit. You know what I'm saying? At
Mm-hmm.
the end of the day, it's not. It's still, there are mothers who are fucked up. There are. But that
Right.
does not negate the responsibility. It does not negate it completely. And
Yeah.
even if, like I said, and this is another thing too. One last thing. If you ain't fucking with the mama, them kids still got an auntie, they got a grandma, they got somebody else in way of that
Yeah.
man that can get them kids something that you can buy them, whether it's school supplies, whether it's clothes. Because even though mama's ignorant, they not gonna turn down no new shoes and the child needs some. They're
Yeah.
not gonna turn down a bag of groceries or some deodorant or some goddamn tissue paper or paper towels that these kids need. They're not gonna turn it down. They may slam the door in your face, but if they in need of these things, they're not
Yeah.
gonna turn them down. And it's
Every
just that
baby
simple.
mama ain't the same.
No,
Some
they
will.
decide.
Some will.
And it really, and I think it goes back to how ignorant they are,
Yeah.
how far of a distance y'all are apart from communicating and trying to work out things. And I think oftentimes the men and the women lose sight that the best thing that they're trying to do is agree for the children, right? We oftentimes lose sight that we're playing for the same team. You know what I mean? We are on the same team. Yeah, it's difficult to understand your thing. It's difficult to understand the next person. But I think they often lose sight of we are competing for the same team. team whatever your child name, team Randy, team Brian, team Taylor. We're on those teams to make life better for the kids, but I think they oftentimes lose sight of that. Tristan, we got some comments. We need to catch these up. Start with Lavinia. Lavinia.
Lavinia says that's right, Drea.
No,
Starkeisha says, amen,
okay,
Drea.
okay. So you
And then
starting.
Lavinia says, as a father that complains about assisting a mother of the child with needs for his children is definitely a sign.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so you got that. You got this one. Yeah, Andrea had a lot of great things, and I will say that it does get very difficult at times. It get really difficult at times. But Drea, when you were out, what I was saying is that I think oftentimes couples lose sight that you guys are playing for the same team, whether it be Team Randy or whatever your child, Team Brian or Team Taylor. Oftentimes the mother and the father, based on what happens when they split up, right? It's all personal. And you got this young mind, this young responsibility that's in the middle, and it's like a tug of war. You got one parent has the one arm, the other parent has the other arm, and they're just playing tug of war with them, not understanding and not every day understanding that our job as parents is to make life easier for our child. But we all get caught in personal shit, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person that have beefed with their baby mama. Like, it gets personal. It's difficult to put that aside sometimes where they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just difficult. Did you read this one? Tristan, Lavinia saying?
A true mother will accept whatever the father can do. It's those bitter and money hungry women that wants more.
Kind of what Andrea was saying. If you can't afford, it's more important for women to try to figure out, if the guy cannot afford to live, to do half of the living, what Drea is saying is try to accept what they can do in hopes that things will get better and they can do more. But cutting them off and saying, because you cannot do half of the living, I'm not going to accept anything.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let you see them because you can't provide half of the living. Goes back to Anthony said, you got to know who you laying down with.
Yeah.
Because more than likely, if he wasn't responsible before you got pregnant by him, 9 times out of 10, he is not going to change and start automatically being responsible. Make sense?
Yep.
So let's see. Let's see. We talked about the low self-esteem, talked about the signs of a deadbeat. We talked about when you're dating somebody that has kids. Now, what are the signs if this is a new, like if they don't have any kids, right? Like we talked about what the signs are if they got kids. It is very visual of a person being a deadbeat. If they have kids that they're not involved with, what signs do you look for when this is their first child? What signs? How can you tell if they're a deadbeat then? Anybody want to jump in and talk?
Tristan, you can attest to this.
I would most definitely say, like, if they are a new father, if they don't have any children at all, you still want to, the signs are how they engage with people that they love or what they do love, because
Yeah.
you could tell whether they're going to be nurturing. Like, do they have nephews? Do they have nieces? Like, I look at
Yeah.
Tristan when he's always talking about his nephews and nieces, and that's one part of him that I would say, you know what? When he
Right.
has children, he's going to be a great father,
Right.
because look how
Yeah.
invested he already is in something that's not his. So you can only imagine how he will be when he has ownership of something that is his. How does this person love? Like, do they take responsibility and accountability for their bills and their responsibility? So I think you look at those things when there aren't any children, but when they have even new children, how embedded are they into the process of their baby, this baby, or are they are they the kind of father that picks the child up, spends time taking the child, doing, just those kind of things, the parental part of it,
Don't
Yeah.
know nothing
Now
about
that you
that.
say, that, I am a good baby daddy.
You ain't shit.
I would be a good baby daddy. You
You
sure
ain't
right.
shit.
We got
Nieces and
something.
nephews, you can take them motherfucker back home. when you get
Mm.
tired of them. Your kids, you
Well, he
can't do that.
can, but you know, the fact that he gets them is getting him the practice. And then, like I said, when you have it of your own, when you see your own child and you look at that child and you see your fingers and your toenails and the way they act as things that you used to do, and then you get to spending time with it, it's the development of it. You can't help but to love it.
So, and then you were talking, and something that you hit on, because I asked the question. It's always easy to see a deadbeat when they have children, but
Yeah.
how do you? What are some of the signs that you look for if this is their first child? One of the things that you said that I believe, if they take care of their responsibilities today, if they pay their bills on time, if they go to work like they're supposed to, if they're being responsible with what they have to do before they have kids, then you look and say, well, this probably could
Right,
possibly be
right,
somebody
right,
that would be a good, if they're taking their
right,
responsibilities now, if they
right,
fall out with their family, if they don't have a great relationship with their family, their mothers, their sisters, their cousins, if they
right,
always arguing with people,
right,
those are some signs that I need to look at. This motherfucker's probably gonna fall out with me if he's falling out with everybody else, his
right,
sisters, his brothers.
right,
If he don't have great
right.
relationships at the beginning, he's probably 9 times out of 10 he has a problem with keeping relationship. No matter, I always also look at women as I try to look at women and see if they have friends that they've been friends with a long time. Like, okay, I've been friends with this person 20 years, or if they falling out with all of their friends, and everybody's a problem. Like, everybody that you come in contact with, you beefing with at some point in time. Like, why is it so hard for you to have these relationships? Andre, I know you looking at when you was like
Yeah.
female friends, because I
Yeah.
guess you don't have any female friends, right,
Yeah, I
Andrea?
don't, and I do fall
Mm,
out with
mm,
most of
mm,
mine because they either do something
mm,
stupid
mm,
that
mm.
piss me off, or
So,
I just
Andrea, so what are you falling out with them for?
I mean, it could be just it's just, and I think that like I've learned at this age, like friendships are really, really, really important to me at this age. So,
Mm-hmm.
like I told y'all before, like my friendships are like family. Like I don't consider
Right.
family family. I consider relationship makes me family, not blood with people. And
Okay.
when you do something, or when most of them do things that I wouldn't do to them,
Yeah.
or even if we have a fallout and we can't come back from the fallout, like
Yeah.
I ain't fucking with you. Like I'm just
How
done.
how invested are you in trying to figure it out, Andrea? Because like those family members, you kind of gotta fuck with them, right? They're your family members.
I
Obviously,
don't
you
have to
do,
fuck
but you
with them.
don't.
I don't fuck with a
Well,
lot of my family.
what I'm saying to you is they're family, so you're more prone to figure it out with the family, right? But a platonic friend, that person you can have a relationship, but you really don't. So that's a little bit different when I talk about just mutual friends versus family. Like, obviously, I'm not friends with some of my family members, but if you're intentionally trying to be a cool, you're trying to figure out what issues you have with their family versus a friend. You don't really have to, you don't need them in your life. So if you're
I
figuring
don't
out a
be needing
way,
a family either. I'm just being honest with you. Like, no, I'm serious. Maybe I'm not. Y'all probably need to have some of your other
Yeah.
people on the show to answer those kind of questions because I'm serious. I've just gotten to an age where I want to love the people that love me. I want to value the people that value me. I want to respect the people who respect me, and I'm going to reciprocate energy. And so I don't give a fuck if you my sister, if you my brother. Like I've went years without talking to a sibling. Like
Me
yeah,
too.
that's just and I move like that until we can really figure it out, or we can come up to a place and we can all accept accountability for what we did and where we are. I don't care who you are. You could be my father, you could be my mother. At the end of the day, I want to be around people that love me and respect me. And if you don't do those things, I don't want you around me, period. And
mhm,
I don't have to be around you just because we came from the same grandmother or we came from the same mother. I don't have to. I love you, but I
yeah,
have learned to love people from a distance because at the end of the day, it's just that's just it be like that sometimes,
yeah,
and life is
yeah.
it's just too short.
Tristan, you agree with that? Is that where you are with it as well?
I ain't giving no bunch of chances, and I ain't about to be upset neither
Mhm.
for no long time. I'm gonna be like, bye. Okay,
Now I
bye.
would say initially, I'll be like, okay, what's the problem? But after so long, I'll be like, okay, fuck you, cause
I don't be giving
after
a
I've
fuck
talked to
what
my
the
brother for
problem is.
years.
Yeah, I don't care about what
Mm,
the problem is. I'll be like, it's your problem, not mine. And if
Well,
it
this
if
the
you
new me.
yeah, yeah, you trust
Yeah.
me, I'm gonna get some of me on you. And when look, when they be
Hey,
having the
yeah,
major
yeah, yeah.
problems, Tristan, you have to be like, is if you value
Cause
me,
back then
then
it
you wanna
was fuck everybody, fuck
yeah,
anybody.
if you value me, you want to work it out. And if I
Yeah,
value you, I want to work it out. But if we don't value each other,
yeah.
then the first time it's an issue, you want to go left. And I look at people's,
But
I
once
really
I
look at
Yeah,
Yeah.
but once I see you don't value me, oh, okay.
Right. And I'd be like, oh, you couldn't value me if you did this, that, or the other. So, but yeah, we can get
Yeah.
back on. We can
Mhm.
get back on these motherfucking baby daddies for a second. But yeah,
If you,
that's
I'm gonna speak for the baby daddies. Now you
right.
Okay,
got
since
you a
we're
good.
speaking for the baby daddies, are you a deadbeat baby daddy, baby B level?
Hell no, I look. Hey,
No, I
goddamn
said
it.
B level.
You know the answer to that,
Come on
Tristan.
I
now,
know the answer,
dog.
You
but
Come
know the
on
answer
are
to
now,
you a
that.
dog.
deadbeat baby daddy?
This motherfucker going across the
Anthony.
goddamn country for his
Anthony, because we
kid.
don't hear you
Shit,
talk
my
about
kid
your
won't be
kids on
playing no
here.
He
goddamn
won't even
sport.
say his
If I
kids'
got about
names,
two
honey. He
plane
won't
tickets
say his
and
We don't
kids'
hear
goddamn
about
four
your
names.
hotel
kids on
nights,
here.
for a
That says a
hotel
lot
room,
about a podcast,
I don't give a
co-podcast.
damn what it say. Shit, I
We
got
don't
bills
know
at
nothing
home.
about your kids.
We
He
talking
won't
about
say what
Everybody,
they like, whether they favorite
what's your
color is
question? Goddamn it.
purple. He won't say the
are
kids.
you a deadbeat baby daddy?
No, I'm a what you, I'm gonna see what you call it. I ain't even fuck parenting no more. You know they he's called a co-parent. We ain't co-fucking no more. So I'm just a good parent now. But I got limitations on what I'm gonna do. If I took care of the baby all goddamn year, I feel I should be able to carry the kids on my taxes, and that shit ain't happened yet. Why is that,
Well,
Andrea?
you seem like you're very bitter about some things.
No,
I think that you
I'm
should,
trying to figure
So,
out why. Why I can't carry the kids on my taxes if I
but you
take care of them all year.
can. You just need to be smart. You don't have to ask no woman, can you carry the kids on your taxes? You
Well,
just go
how
to
you
the
do it?
tax.
How you do it? Tell us how you do
So
it.
you just go to your tax preparer. And if
Yeah.
you are on the children's birth certificates, you
Uh-huh.
can go down to Social Security office and get their Social Security cards. That way you have a Social Security number. That's all you
And just
need.
carry the motherfucker,
And
right?
and you carry them for half if you're paying child
Half.
Six
support.
months. 6 months.
Yeah,
6 months.
you can split the
Mhm.
yeah, and there ain't shit she can
Yeah.
do about it.
Now, Anthony, in doing that, you knew you got to be active, right? You just
Yeah,
can't
and goddamn,
file the
if I
motherfuckers
go
and you
do
ain't
that
Yeah, you
active.
shit,
gotta
I'm
be
gonna get
active.
out of it because she
Yeah.
gonna tell the
But
motherfucker.
but then that's on her because if you can show if you have
Yeah.
receipts where you're doing and you're taking care of them, they're spending
Or
some
your
of the
child
time at your
support ordered.
yeah. So so you can put them on and file automatically. You don't have to get their permissions. That's gonna be her get audited. But now you got to have some receipt to back up that you're
Right.
providing half of their
Right.
No,
living
I
as
ain't
well.
doing that shit. Y'all gonna have a motherfucker on child support for real. Nigga, I let her keep that.
Tristan, come on, read Livia saying a couple of things. Sarkeisha saying a comment that I got up here.
let me see which one. Okay, Lord, I beef with them all of mine. Lord, I beef with all of mine. Fuck them all now.
Oh Lord,
That's what
Sarkeisha.
Starkeisha said.
Livia,
Look, Lanivia says, what?
selfishness. You got
Selfishness
that?
is
Okay.
scrolling. I'm sorry. Starkeisha says, nah, fuck them too. Laugh out loud. I guess she's talking
Okay.
about her family. And
Okay.
then Starkeisha says, be level, I'm not with you on that one because you cross me, then that's your ass. Anybody.
So what, Nick? Starkeisha, I always be wanting you to come because you're gonna give me the raw. I don't understand what you're saying. What do you mean when you're not with that? Call me, Starkeisha. I don't know if you still have the phone number from last. Let me put it up here because Starkeisha is saying she's not with that. Starkeisha, there's
And
the number
Starkeisha says,
501.
oh, sorry, I'm sorry. Let's read the
Go ahead. Go
number.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Starkeisha says, nope, you got to have the school records to get the social security cards. Now, if he not on the paperwork at school, he can't get shit.
You don't have to have no school paperwork to go down to Social Security Administration. You have to have a birth certificate and your name has to be on it. That's it.
Read this next
But if
comment.
she carried the kids and me not knowing that she carried the kids and I try to carry them on
Well,
my
see,
taxes.
but see, you only do 6 months. She's supposed to have them 6 months. But again, Pete, you gotta have some paperwork and some payments that you've taken care of. You gotta do some, you gotta have some receipts.
That's why I said I
Because when
ain't
you
doing
get
all that.
audited and you cannot prove that you've had them 6
Yeah.
months and you've provided half of their living, then you're gonna be
I'm
in
gonna be fucked
violation.
up. That's why I
Well, I
say
think
fuck
that's
that.
what Starkeisha is saying. You got to have like a school record showing that you're on the school paperwork and stuff like that.
No, you don't.
Well, I don't
That's
think
not
I'm
true.
like Andrea. I don't
No,
think you have to.
if you are if you are a father legally, if you are on a child's birth certificate as their, that's just like me going down there and I want a copy of I've had a child and I want a copy of their birth certificate. If you got a copy of their birth certificate, you can get a copy of their social security card. So as long as you have a copy of birth certificate, social security cards, and your name is on them, and you can show legally that you are that parent, you can get their information. So
Now
that's not
hold
true.
on, because I'm hearing what you're saying now, right?
Oh
So
Lord, he must
do you
want
have to get
just
permission from the baby
you gonna
mama
get your
though?
ass kicked about that child
Hold
income
on, I'm
credit.
just
That
saying
motherfucking
because
child income credit gonna get you in a lot of trouble.
hey, So tell us
half
this,
of the people
Andrea.
on half of that $3,500.
If your baby daddy went down there and filed
My
half
baby
that
daddy
shit,
did go down there. That's
and
how
you
I know.
and what your
Cause he
ass
an
do?
ignorant nigga, and
Tell her
he
what you
gonna go
did.
down there and
What you
get all
did.
his shit, huh?
What you do to him for
I
filing
didn't
your
do nothing
kids?
to him. Listen, my baby
Did you
daddy
get
was on.
audited? Did you get audited,
Yes,
Andrea?
I did
Okay.
get audited.
So
My
both of
child's
y'all
father
filed
went
it.
So that
down
means you
there.
carry the kids.
I've been carrying all of my kids my entire life.
Yeah.
So what happens is because he's on the birth certificate, he didn't even have her social security card at the time. But he was able to go down there with her birth certificate and get a copy of her social security card because he
Mhm.
is legally her father. So
Right.
he went to his tax preparers and did what he needed to do. And there's nothing that I could say about it because he's court ordered. So if he's paying that and he can show that, and when you're court ordered, he pays his money to the child support office and then they send it to me. So if he wants to file her for a certain amount of time, he has that right. And there is nothing that I can do
So
about
why did
that
you file her for the whole year then?
because he wasn't filing her at first.
And you thought
Did you
didn't know
give
she
him
was gonna
half the goddamn money then?
No,
See what I'm saying? That's stealing.
that's my no.
That's stealing. That's stealing. That's stealing. You know goddamn well that motherfucker been paying child support
Well,
and you ain't get
listen,
that nigga half
honey,
that money. That's
listen. Let me
stealing.
let me let me just say this, and then I'll be done with it. Sometimes when we did our child support, it was many years ago, and so it wasn't that much. So to be honest with you, $250 times 12 months is less than what three
I don't
thousand
give a
dollars a
damn what
year.
it is. Still
It's
stealing. Your
less than
ass in
three
that motherfucker
thousand
about the
dollars a
Lord done
year. I
bless
mean,
you with
$60
$250.
a week. We eat that. We put that in the gas tank. Like I can't really do so when you get but this is the thing. Even for me, I haven't been able to see a earned income credit for my check because I made too much money. I mean,
Right.
literally. So I owe the IRS. So that's not even an issue for me. I tell them now, you can claim that motherfucker. Give me half the money back. Shit, 'cause
Yeah, yeah.
I can't get no money back from the motherfucker. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
Trista, read these comments. We got a lot to catch them up. I got them on the
Okay.
screen. Read that one.
Leighton Ashley says, "Hell no! I wish a motherfucker would carry my kids, and you can't do that because
I
you
told
going to
you.
get a
I
big red
told you.
flag."
I told you. I told you. I ain't set me up. I
You
told
want
you.
to piss them baby mamas off? Fuck with that earned
I
income
told
credit,
you.
baby.
I told you.
Fuck with that earned income credit. They're
Fuck
gonna be
that
They
mad
on
goddamn
my
your
ass.
tax credit.
ass, so you fuck with that credit.
They don't want you to
uh,
fuck with that earned income credit, baby.
Ashley also said, she said, "Hell no, you going to jail."
No.
Told you. I told you. I told you. But see, I told you.
A
Shit.
motherfucker bitch will turn
But
your
they want
ass
you to
in
do this,
about the
this, this. You
taxes.
can't carry shit.
It's a
And
hell
then
no.
Starkeisha said, and shit, telling you now, you gotta have that school record to get it.
So I don't
Starkeisha,
know
I
about it.
don't
You may
know.
have to have a school
And
record
then
when
she
you're
said,
doing the
but
taxes, but
but
you don't
Leighton,
have to have a school record to get their social security card. That is not
okay,
true.
that's probably what the confusion is. And she also says, Leighton says, my baby daddy did that, and you got to have it. Yes, you do.
Okay. So they're
And
saying you
he
got
was
to have
on,
some.
and she was basically saying he was on the birth certificate as well.
Ain't that some shit?
Starkeisha saying, yes, you do. Call down there. I'm telling you,
Well,
I
and
went down
Sarkeisha, that
there
may
to
be
get
true, but
mine.
I guarantee that goes for the mother too. They're not gonna make it a biased thing when you go to get your kid's social security card and birth certificate. Now that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about when you file the taxes, but I'm just saying if that's true, then I'm sure that the mother has to show the child's school records, and that may just be another form to say that this child is in your custody, or that may be another way to say that you have access to this child or whatever. But what legally binds me to Israel and what legally binds me to Faith in Brooklyn are their birth certificates and their social security cards. That's the legality of it. So now I don't,
You know what I'm saying?
Tristan, skip
yeah.
down and read Lavivia Morris comment. I'm gonna put it up here. It says, "I feel like all should
I
take
feel like
turns."
Thank you.
you don't read the whole thing. I feel
Go
like
ahead.
all of us should take turns. My child's father file my child each year.
That's what I'm saying right there. See, it's hard to file them goddamn taxes, but y'all can go down there and put a case on a nigga like it ain't shit. Andre, you can go down there tomorrow and say, "Hey, Anthony P, my baby daddy." They gonna open up a case. They ain't gonna have to ask for no proof. You ain't got to show no birth certificate or nothing. They gonna send that shit to my house tomorrow because you open up a case.
Well, that's true. Yeah, that
But we
works like
can't carry
that.
shit on no taxes though.
Well, and I agree with Andrea. I think a lot of times we don't even look into the shit, right? We just
No,
like
men
fuck it.
don't.
You
They
know what I mean? We
just
like, man, fuck it.
yeah.
We don't. But
Yeah.
I do agree that if you are providing child support, if you are providing some other means, and you can keep documenting, you could document that you're providing half of her living arrangements. damn, if you now you obviously you should tell her that you're going to file them for 6 months. And if you are, you can show that. Like, I mean, I know Starkeisha is saying whatever the girl's saying that they can't do that, but you better not have no damn baby by me, because I'm gonna be trying to file them for 6 months. I don't give a damn about you being mad. But I also, I'm gonna show up for my child, and I'm gonna be providing some financial support for that child too. But you can't tell a person that you get to carry the baby all the time. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
That's why you got to go some of these baby moms, you need to go to court and get some established paternity and custody and all that shit. Some of these parents, some of these baby mamas are cool.
Yeah.
But some of them, you got to have that paperwork, because that paperwork is going to save you a lot of headache if you don't have that paperwork.
Fellas,
Tristan, you trying to read some comment that you're looking up here?
Yes, it's we can it says lady says we can take turns, but you was going to give me some money. They took 2,300 from my baby. I gave him his money back because he helps. But at this point, let's get it.
What is she saying? So that she said we're gonna take time, but you're going to give me some money. They took 2,300 from my baby. What does she mean by they took that from her baby?
I'm not sure.
Well, look like she's saying they can take turns. You know, meaning he files them and she files them.
But I gotta get her some money.
They took $2,300 from my baby, and I gave him his money back. So basically, she must have they took $2,300 from the one of them, and she ended up turned around and gave it back because he helps her. So he must, like she's saying, because see, sometimes if the father does do it and he owes child support, they'll take his taxes and give them to the mom.
So my homegirl,
So like
my homegirl Starkeisha look like she'll be a hell of a baby mama.
I don't want none of that. I don't want none of that. If I need a chicken, she gonna be like, hey baby, you ain't got none of that Starkeisha pussy, do you? I don't want none of that shit.
But they going to jail.
Starkeisha, do you have a great relationship with any of your kids' father? You got.
She's just
she said no.
She
said she get into it. She said she get into her family, her baby mom, her baby daddy.
I wish I had your number. Call me, Starkeisha, because we're getting ready to wrap this up. Starkeisha, please call me. I'm getting ready to wrap this up. But I got, listen, 501. I'm gonna put this number up here because I think we got to talk. You my natural homegirl. We was raised in the same project, Howland Court. So call us, Starkeisha, 501-650-9726 before we end this conversation. I really want to talk to you, Starkeisha. 501-650-9726.
Somebody saying
fuck no. I think she's still bad from the last episode.
Yeah, but listen,
the thing of it is, nothing to me the whole episode. She ain't said shit to me the whole episode.
Fuck no.
Starkeisha, here she is right here now. Y'all ain't gonna be able to hear her. Hold on a second.
Y'all done pissed my homegirl off.
Starkeisha, you there?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on a second. All right, there you go. Are you there, Starkeisha?
Yeah, I'm here.
So listen, now you know you're my homegirl, but it is like every week you have some issues with this baby daddy. How many baby daddies do you have, Starkeisha, first of all?
I got 3 baby daddies.
Damn. God damn.
Starkeisha, so out of all 3 of them, you don't get along with none of them?
No.
Why? Starkeisha, you know what they say? They say if you commonly have issue with multiple people, it's you. It's not them. What do you?
I don't give a damn what nobody say. It ain't me. It's them. Remember, I told you, cross me is over the level. Now that go for anybody. I don't care who it is. Like, you can't cross me. But the baby daddy situation, I was with one of them for like 16 years.
Damn.
And what happened that you fell out after being with them for 16 years, Starkeisha? Damn, it seemed like y'all.
I think when I got paralyzed and he left, that was just.
Oh, so you paralyzed?
Tension with me and him.
So he waited to after you had your accident and left then.
Right.
Okay. So in your mind, you feel like
it was beef going on with me and his mama. So I guess that what drove him into leaving.
Yeah.
It had a lot to play with his mama and his sister too.
Gotcha.
And so that
girl, don't get on that because that's the whole show within itself.
It was like one by one dude and then 3 by him, and I was with him for the longest, and then I had my little baby after him.
Yeah.
And so when Andrea was saying, do you not allow any of your kids' father to carry them for 6 months? Are none of them? Are they first of all, are they active in the baby's lives?
Little baby daddy not at all.
Okay.
He pays child support and there's whatever.
Okay.
The one that I got the 3 by, he got his kids. And my oldest son daddy, like, I ain't never just dealt with him like that. I mean, we was kids.
Yeah. And so I mean, do you think that it's going to be like that forever, Starkeisha? Do you think that it will ever be?
Yeah, fuck them suckers. I ain't fucking with them.
I was great, man.
It's over with, P11. It's over with. Fuck them. All of them.
So you've been listening. Listen, Starkeisha, though, you have been listening about the things that we're talking about, the effects that it have on the kids when their fathers are not around. And if you
listen, little baby, I'm not keeping nobody daddy away from them. Okay. Little baby daddy, my baby 7 years old, her daddy ain't never been around. Like, she don't even know this man's name. Right. Like, you asked her what's her daddy name, she say Sad. And that's because every time somebody asks what's her daddy name or she asks, I say sad ass nigga. Like, because that's his name, Sad.
Right.
Sad the first name, ass the middle name, and nigga the last name.
Right there, but he chose to do that. The one that I got the 3 by, he very active in his kids' life.
Okay.
I mean,
okay,
we ain't work out, but he active.
Okay, and so that one right there, you won't let him carry the kids for 6 months, and he active?
They grown now. He better not have had before they got grown. He better not have had. His ass and I was gonna push the issue.
Okay.
No.
Okay. All right. Well,
he had the kids, and you couldn't even get no benefits. Like, you couldn't get no food stamps, no nothing, no nothing. He even went and tried to put me on child support. You can't get nothing, sir.
Wait, he had
get a disability check.
So Tristan is asking, did he have custody of
the kids full time?
He don't got custody of none of them.
Nah, he's saying no.
I let them go down there. Like, I let them go.
Yeah, I'll be
like on some, like, it wasn't like fuck them kids, but fuck them kids like on some other shit. Like, for real, y'all want to go be with y'all daddy? Okay, cool. I'm not finna stop that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna say y'all can't go or whatever. But when I did get mad, I did go and try to, you know what I'm saying, take them back. And then they was like, they ain't want to come. So shit, I just left them alone.
Okay. And how old were they when this was happening? How old were the kids when this was happening?
Like 15.
And was he carrying them then? Was you letting him carry? Huh?
No.
Told y'all.
Starkeisha.
He couldn't. I'm telling you, he couldn't carry them.
But he had them. But they were living with him, right?
I don't give a damn about
nothing. I told you.
Okay.
It can be me. I'll take your motherfucking brakes off your wheelchair. Push your ass down the stairs.
See, that was before I got in the wheelchair.
Right.
See, after the fact of the wheelchair now, before I got up in this wheelchair, you had hell on your hand. Now, I ain't gonna tell you what you can't do while I'm up in this chair, but you better make sure I ain't got nothing up under my right leg.
All right, well, listen. Thank you for calling in, Starkeisha. We ain't gonna be able to change your mind, but thank you for calling and sharing your story, baby.
All right.
All right. Whew. There it is. Wrapping up. I think deadbeat baby daddies. We have just, for all of you women that are dating somebody, if your father, you are a deadbeat dad, you need to be in your child's life. Like, you really do need to be in your child's life. We just said that there are a lot of mental issues that happen if you're raising daughters. Then obviously, with you not being in their life, the first person that tries to show them any type of love or any type of, spend any type of money, they're going to go ahead. They're not going to know what true, genuine love is. So if you are a father, it is so important to be in your kid's life. I mean, that's just it. I mean, there's no other way. Fight for your kids, like Andrea say, fight. I know sometimes these mothers don't want to let you be involved in their life, but like Andrea said, you have to keep fighting because it's so very important that you're in the fight with them. Is that it? Now we're gonna transition to our news segment. I think we're gonna talk about some news here, and let me take this down so people can stop calling. Let's transition next week. We are looking for a person to start doing our news. We want a female person to come on and do our news. Let me take this off. So until then, we got a couple of stories that we want to talk about news. So the things that happening this week, I don't know if you guys heard, but Pete Diddy trial started this week. And so he had jury selection this week. And one of his people that was supposed to testify for him is missing, and this is what they talked about. And
witnesses in the Diddy trial is still missing. Today was day 3 of the Diddy trial for jury selection, and we learned that victim number 3, who is supposed to be testifying against Diddy, is still missing, and the feds are unable to get a hold of her or her lawyer. And what makes this thing even crazier is the fact that last week she said that she was ready to testify with her full name being known to the public, and we also learned that she was actually subpoenaed to testify. So if she doesn't show up, she could be arrested. And this has a lot of people wondering, including myself, if there was some alternative motive behind this, because why wouldn't she show up after last week saying that she was ready to testify with her name being known to the public instead of hiding under a pseudonym? So people are wondering if she's been paid off or if she actually went missing, and hopefully she's okay. The judge did tell the prosecution that they need to continue trying to get a hold of her so that way they can let him know if she's going to be a part of Diddy's criminal trial that is supposed to start on Monday. We also learned that 2 of the witnesses that are set to testify on Monday against Diddy, their names might not even be told to the public. And they were able to get together 45 prospective jurors in a jury pool that they are going to narrow down on Friday to their 12 official jurors and their 6 alternatives, just in case something happens during trial. Now tomorrow they are taking a break and they won't come back until Friday, where they narrow down those 45 jurors to the 12 jurors that will be a part of Diddy's trial. But you know me, there could be things that are updated on the court docket or anything, so I will keep looking for information, especially about victim number 3. But y'all let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
All right, so Diddy started jury selection. For all of you guys know, do y'all think Diddy's going to get off? Do y'all think that he's going to beat these charges of, you think so, P? You think that he's going to?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Tristan, have you been following the Diddy trial and the Diddy situation? Yeah, they've been going through eliminating. I think they had 100 and something jurors, and they were trying to figure out how they could pick a jury that the case would not be contaminated, because everybody has seen videos of Cassie. Everybody knows who we are. So they were having a difficult time narrowing from 145 potential jury from the jury pool to get it down to 12 prospective juries and 6 people who were alternate, that in case one of the 12 got 6. I think that's going to be a difficult time, but I don't know. I think that they're going to kind of try to make an example out of Diddy. I don't think that he's going to be able to beat. I think that they've got way stronger case on him with Cassie and all of the videos. I don't see him getting out of it. I don't know that I don't think that they're going to give him a life sentence, but I think that he will do some time. I don't think that there's no way he could beat the case. So his trial starts Monday, so we'll make sure we keep up with the Diddy trial. Next, we've got to talk about Tyreek Nichols in Memphis, Tennessee. They had the police, 5 police that were Memphis police that was charged in second-degree murder. They were found not guilty for a state charge. Now, they still have a federal charge to fight. Damn. They still have a federal charge to fight. I don't know. Are you guys familiar with the Tyreek Nichols? Did y'all see the video where he was? Okay. So there was a kid, his name is Tyreek Nichols, that was stopped by this squad. And I can't remember. It's a special squad in Memphis stopped him, and they pulled him out the car. They beat him. He eventually went to the hospital. 3 days later, he died. I'm going to show you some of the video because a lot of people are saying just because there were police don't mean that they're not subject. They actually killed this kid. They whooped him until he actually passed. Then let me go ahead and play the couple of videos, and then we'll come back and talk about it. Okay, here's the first of what attack on Tyreek Nichols.
Hey, Mike, watch out. Get out of here. Mom! Hey. Give me your hands. Give me. Okay, all right. Give me. All right. Okay. All right. Huh? Hey, Mike, give me your hands, bro. Give me a piece. Watch out. Spray your eyes again. Hey, give me your hands, bro. Watch out. Spray. Give me your hands, bro. Give me your hands. Watch out! This is my light go, bro. He got me. He high as a kite. Yo, I was good. He set up for us. Bro, I hit that man with so many pieces in his skull.
So as you see, that was some of the police that was beating him, bragging on how they was throwing haymakers and stuff afterwards. It was all recorded on their not the dash cam, but their body cam. Their body cam.
That's crazy.
He actually got up because they maced him on the ground while they was kicking him, and some of the mace kind of got in their eye. He got up, he started running, and then they chased him. They hit him with the stun gun. There was another video camera that showed once they caught him, he started running. It was another video cam that actually showed.
You guys are really doing a lot right now. Bro, lay down. I'm just trying to go home. Man, if you don't lay down. I am on the ground. On your stomach. I got you. Spray. Okay. Back up. I'm not doing it.
So this is him getting up and running. So after all of that, all of those, they charged him with second-degree murder. They charged him with a whole bunch of offenses in Memphis, Tennessee for the state part, and they were found not guilty on everything. So the mother had a press conference where she was saying she was disappointed. I think he has attorney Benjamin Crump on the case, but he still had, I think they still got some federal charges that they're going to go to court for, but I'm not going to play all of it, but I do want you guys to hear a little bit of what his mother had to say about the not guilty verdict.
Was a devastating blow. Today was a devastating blow to our family. What we heard was not something that we wanted to hear. But was I shocked or surprised? No, I wasn't. Those defense attorneys were allowed to go in front of the judge and basically tell the judge that even though this happened in Shelby County, that the people of Shelby County was not smart enough. Talk about it. Was not smart enough to look at the evidence and make an impartial decision. So they were allowed to go into another county where I feel that county, Hamilton County, 70% white, didn't give a rat's butt about my son. They were allowed to come here and look at the evidence but they didn't see the evidence. What they saw was a black man running from the police.
Say that.
What they saw was a black man running from the police.
Say that.
They didn't care that my son was afraid for his life. They didn't care that even though they're not from here, they didn't realize that people were going around dressing up as undercovers and carjacking people. They didn't know that because they weren't from here. So those people were allowed to come in here, look at the evidence, and deny the evidence, and
All right, basically what she was saying is that they were just wrong for finding those cops not guilty. And the thing about it is they're saying it was 5 black police. Tyreek obviously was a black male, so they were saying that it would have been a lot different if those police would have been white. But the fact that they don't care about the police killing our black brothers, our young black brothers and sisters, and so the mother was just saying now she has filed a civil suit against Memphis, and I think it's a really high civil suit, and I think it was so high. I read something like if she wins the civil case, it will bankrupt the city. Memphis does not have enough money to pay the civil suit that she has, and I think Attorney Benjamin Crump is handling the civil suit. So prayers goes out to the Tariq Nichols family in Memphis, Tennessee. They still are charged federally. I think that they are going to get some time federally, even though they were cleared of all the state charges. So our prayers goes out to the Tariq family in Memphis, Tennessee. All right. Next, I know you guys have heard of this young lady, this mixed girl that's doing this line dance. Tristan, I know we've talked about her. There was a line dance created, and I don't even know the name of the line dance, but Andrea, I don't know if you saw this mixed girl on social media, and our black sisters are going crazy over the fact that she has remastered or revamped this line dance, and she's taken and put her own moves in it. And social media are going crazy because now Andrea, Tristan, Anthony, she's charging $6,000 to travel to come to your event and do this dance. I'm gonna show the dance. We don't come back and talk about it.
At the Janelle girl, like, y'all mad. First off, y'all was so happy and y'all was giving her invites to the cookout. She was doing her thing, and then as soon as somebody want to book her and she give y'all a price, $6,000 is too much. The internet will never let you win, I promise you. I like her. I like how she danced. I seen the original creator, and y'all talking about she moving too much, she moving too fast, she doing this. It's her own style. She put her own twist on the dance. And y'all be making this race thing way more bigger than it need to be. Her being white, her being mixed, whatever, the girl can dance. And if she wants to charge $6,000 to be booked for her line dance, then either pay her the $6,000 or move along. How y'all mad at this girl? Y'all the ones made her famous. Like, the internet don't be making sense to me.
All right, so Candy is saying the name of the line dance is Boots on the Ground Line Dance. So this woman, I don't know if she's mixed. I don't know if it looks like she's white. I mean, she looks like she's a white girl.
She the same color as Andrea.
So Andrea, are you mixed? Are you black, Andrea? Tristan said this girl is the same color as you. So
Tristan, I think that she's mixed.
Okay.
He said, "Are you mixed?"
No, I am
I
black.
need to tell your dad.
Your mama,
Do I need to tell y'all what's the difference between black
so
and mixed?
Andrea, your mama,
Mixed is
because
still-
you lightly
mixed is-
toasted, baby.
No, well, let me just explain something to you. She may be mixed or whatever, but I am a black
Okay.
woman, a proud black woman. My mother is black and my
Okay,
father
hold
is
on, hold on,
black
hold
as
on, hold on.
well.
Is your
So
mom my color or Tristan color?
my mother is a little bit. She's probably a little bit lighter
Okay,
than
what about your
Tristan.
daddy?
Baby, them folks from Puerto
My
Rican. Get
Hold
the
daddy.
on,
fuck out
goddamn
of
it. Hold
here.
on, Tristan. Is your
Them
daddy my
folks from
color or
Puerto
he
Rican
Tristan
and
color?
black. Get the fuck out of here.
And my dad is, and my both of my parents are both fair skinned, so it made the children
No,
fair
you gotta tell
skinned.
your
But
damn
we
daddy
are
get a
we are
damn
black.
test.
We are my
Okay.
granddaddy. My granddaddy is
Your daddy
blacker
need a
than
test.
both of y'all two put
Somebody,
Andrea,
together.
did you
y'all,
hear what P
Creole or
said?
something, girl.
Did you hear what P said?
That
Hold on, Tristan. Say that again.
if your daddy my color a little bit lighter than Tristan, he need to get a goddamn test. It's time out for us men just believing y'all women to myself. He looks just like you. Fuck that. Everybody got 2 eyes and damn nose. Get a test, nigga. Get a test.
Whatever.
Okay, so
Well,
go ahead, Andrea.
she may be mixed. I'm
So,
black, honey,
so what do
all the
y'all
way
think
black. So
about people hating on this woman? What's your thoughts about that, Tristan?
Well, I feel like they're hating. I feel like they're not hating on her because she's white or mixed or whatever the case may be. I feel like it's the point of she's viral off of just something simple. But you got to
Yeah,
look at it like the y'all. To me, that y'all hating on her. Y'all can't get mad because she thought of something. Like she's. It'll be the same as if a black person was doing a country song
yeah,
or a rock star song. That's interesting to see another culture doing it. So that's why she became so popular because people thought she was white
right,
doing a dance two step into a black created
Yeah.
dance.
right,
And I feel like that's where the hiccup is. I don't think it's because they're hating on oh she a white girl. I think it's more so they just mad because they didn't think of it first. And I feel like you just have to be more smooth. And she used what she got to get what she want. Basically,
right,
she's
right,
a white girl,
right.
looks like a white girl dancing to a urban mix
Right.
popular
Song,
urban what
line
they be doing
dance,
at the and right
hmm
now the rodeo and
boots on the ground.
the boots on the ground, all that type of western, that shit's in right now.
the
Yeah,
country
it's
stuff,
in
country
right now.
western,
So I
yes.
feel like nobody can hate on her. She picked it up. She found her niche. You know what I'm saying? Like I am tired of seeing this shit. It is boring, but but the best marketer wins. You get what I'm saying?
Right,
Like
right.
the black girl
Right.
wasn't jazzy
That's
enough.
right.
She need to spice it up a little bit. Change your
Yeah.
outfit. Change your wig. Shit, if you
And,
want to go
and,
viral, shit, go
and,
dance to a rock. That's all I can tell people. If you want to go viral like she did, if you blacker than this keyboard,
and I think Tristan, the other thing is
go
that
go, go
when
do
you mix,
something
they
else
think,
outside the box. She just thought outside the box.
and I think they think white people don't have no rhythm, right? So that's another thing. If she's
You get what I'm
mixed or
saying?
she's white,
That is another
You get
she's
what I'm
thing.
saying?
thinking this girl is not moving like no.
Yeah.
She ain't moving like no.
Look at the black girl beside me.
Yeah, she ain't moving. Look at the black girl. She ain't moving like her.
No, hell no.
That's Tristan in the back. Look at Tristan back there.
Yeah,
Look
yeah.
at Tristan back there, y'all.
That ain't
I see it's not moving like
Lord
the
mercy.
regular white girl that don't have any rhythm. These white girls they got rhythm these days. They got ass these days. They not just made straight up and down no more, right?
Yeah.
White girls are getting curves and they getting rhythm. And so do you not think that a little of the hate is because she's not a sister and she's working her shit and she is
No,
grinding and she
I think so honestly, but when I don't compare to everything, and most people say yeah because she's white, but it's more so they can't figure out how she became. So people get mad when they go viral off of the simple things. When people try so hard to go viral on the most, you like me,
yeah,
like
yeah,
I'm a hairstylist. You get what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like
yeah.
somebody can like you, they're going viral for fucking up hair now. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a person
Right.
like me that be slaying motherfucking hair all day long.
Yeah.
And he getting millions of views because he fucked up a hairstyle. I'm
Yeah,
mad.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
that's basically what the thing is. You know
Right.
that's what it is. You get what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. Right. Right.
I do think it's
It
some of that
is. It
though, B
is. I'm
level.
not
I
saying
think
it's
for
not.
me, I do
I'm not
think
saying it's not. It
yeah,
is.
I think for
So,
me, I think for me it is. I think that's what really drew a lot of our attention when we first looked at her, because everything is by what we
Right.
see first. And when we first seen her, just to look at her immediately, she does look like a white woman. And it is, like you said, it's not that common for you to see white women dancing like that,
Right.
or being able to dance in
Right.
that manner. And so now, for me, I'm just curious to see who's gonna come behind her and maybe can do it even better, because like I am, and she be telling them y'all can't fuck with me. She be
Yes.
throwing her hands and her head, and she be,
And,
like, yeah, y'all ain't
and
fucking
she's
with me.
confident too.
She kind of cocky
That's
with the
it.
shit.
She's cocky. She's saying, I don't give a fuck how, if you white, black, y'all can't fuck with me. And when she does that little dip, she is kind of just, just acting it out. And people are
Do
saying
the little dip again, B level. Do the little dip again.
Hey, don't follow Tristan Trap. Don't follow Tristan shit.
And nigga, she do that little hand, then she'll roll it and roll it. Then she'll, she got that little. Read this comment, Tristan. This woman is saying something about the black and white. She said,
because white women are trying to mimic black women.
Motherfucker, black bitches been doing it the other way around forever. When they go get them 55mm lashes and put in their motherfucking face, you can feel the wind blowing by your ass. When they
I feel like
blink.
to me, I honestly feel like the black people gonna get beat me down, but I feel like it's just ignorant to me. I feel like it's ignorant. I feel like it's ignorant.
Yeah.
And what do you mean by ignorant? What you
If
mean
that's
by
the case, white women should get mad that they wearing blonde hair and
that's what I said. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Bow ties and because back in the day you didn't see black women getting liposuction and getting ass and titties. White women were doing that. You know what I'm saying? So that surgeries is it was the white women's culture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We took over that. They were wearing lace fronts and toupees and shit. Now we doing it. You know what I'm saying? So like I just feel like
Because good for the goose is good for the gander. Like now it's switching over and you starting to get lip surgery.
I feel like people should find you something to do weird shit. Go do some weird shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm going to go do some weird shit. I'm gonna share my experience. I think I'm gonna go get me a Russian lip, and then I'm gonna come back and share my experience.
You say you're gonna get some big lips.
You're gonna go viral as hell.
Yeah, I am.
You gonna get some what?
Some Russian lips.
Was it the big lips?
Lip. It's where they put a little bit of filler in them. Mm-hmm.
Why you want some fillers in your? Hold on. Which lips you talking about first?
I am. You know what?
Don't answer that.
Yeah, you got
the one that
do not fall for that trick. Do not fall.
Hey, if
for
you
that,
talking about lips on your face, now the next question would be, why do girls get lips big on their face? Why y'all like that?
We like first of all, they make your lips look more defined. Some women that have smaller lips put lipstick over their lips to kind of give them a more voluptuous look. It pops. It makes just like everything else. I mean, like when some people put eyelashes on to accent their eyes. Some people put mascara on to make there's a lot of things
some
that people do.
some eyeliner around the motherfucker top of your lip. It'll stand out. But I'm gonna tell you what niggas see. What we say when we say girls with big lips, we say, "Ooh, I bet she can suck a mean one." That's the only thing we saying. We ain't saying shit about her lips defined.
And they don't have anything
like you. Maybe the men like you.
Everybody saying that. Even Tristan saying that shit.
No, Tristan didn't say that.
Tristan, his body's saying it, but he ain't saying it. I'm just saying.
Well, and I think Pete, there's a little truth to that. When you see a woman with big lips, that's the lips are really, really big. That's known.
That's what you saying.
What men say with big lips.
Yeah.
I mean, that's.
I think back in the day, that's what men used to say.
They're saying that shit now.
But now it's like, it's not really. I don't know. But we do need to have a segment on cosmetic surgeries because
we do.
This is happening a lot now too. I seen a man on there who had a waist turn on. He looked a lot better.
You got your ass did.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Tristan, read these comments. We ain't gonna get to that. Read the comments. Candy Webb is saying, come on, caught up with our comments.
Candy says, now no one would know when a viral moment will happen.
All right. Here's the next comment with Shanika Jackson.
Shanika Jackson says the white girl got to dance down, but she can be fucked by a black girl, or she can't be fucked with by a black girl. The black girl didn't understand the assignment. Laugh out loud.
Okay. All right. Next comment, Tiffany Lee.
Tiffany Lee says black women can be blonde too.
Yeah, they as albino.
All right. So the last news story, since we're talking about the boots on the ground, I know that Anthony comes from and Andrea comes from a very Christian background. I want to understand if you guys agree with this being in the sanctuary. Do you guys agree with this?
Oh no, man! Come on, man! No, they didn't do that. They didn't do that, man. They didn't do that. Over that pastor, goddamn now.
And let me tell you why I agree with it.
Man, goddamn. Goddamn.
She trying.
Who go to that church? Who church is that? Who church is that? Who church is that? My piece of shit from that night.
All right, so churches are not doing traditional worshiping anymore. Anthony, Andrea. I'm gonna go with Anthony first.
No, go Andrea first.
Okay, go to Andrea first. Andrea,
why y'all leave me out like I'm the devil or something?
I'm coming to you, but
you ain't either. You done said goddamn like 4 times. And all you talking about is fucking and dicks and hoes. So
well, that's all going on in the
if
world right
anybody
now.
gonna be Christian, it's gonna be me. What is you talking about?
Say what he feel first.
Okay, Tristan, come on, I'm coming to you first. What do you think
I don't
about
feel
this
like
being
I don't feel like it's a disrespect, and I'm gonna say that because let me speak. If you listen to the words, everybody's not doing the traditional praise anymore. It's not a certain way to love God. And I hate that's why I don't go to churches, because people frown upon different ways to learn or teach God's movement. Like if you look at the words, if you listen to the words and take out the boots on the grounds out, you can hear them saying worship and things like God's the glory and stuff like that. They're not saying the actual lyrics. Just like when Kirk Franklin came out with Stomp, everybody was frowning up on him, but he was still praising the Lord. It's nothing different than that. You have gospel rap. I'm not done. You have gospel rap. You have all kind of things to worship God. So why should that be frowned upon because it's different?
Hold on a second, P. All right, so P, obviously you want to respond.
No, we want to let Andrea get her shit out too.
Andrea, come on. What do you think about this? Your parents run a church. If y'all can they do the boots on the ground over at your parents' church and the line dancing over there at mom and daddy church?
You know, I feel two ways about it. Number one, could not most definitely do that in my parents' establishment and church that they minister. I think that sometimes Tristan is right in a lot of ways. Secular music has kind of became in the church in a lot of, let's say, secular ways, have kind of maneuvered and started to be massaged in the church industry. And I do think, depending on what kind of church background you come from, whether it's like a God in Christ, because some church backgrounds are a lot stricter than others. But I think that where you draw the line at, and I do hear them changing the lyrics, but I do think that when you are in Christ and you are in the body of Christ, you're supposed to want to walk like Christ, talk like Christ, be like Christ. And I think that if the music was gone, and if I look at that and I didn't hear any music, I would think that they're doing just what they did in the club. It wouldn't be any difference to me. If I didn't know that the pews were there and I couldn't hear the music, the dancing would look just like it looks from a secular world. And I think that you leave secular where secular is, and you leave church where church is. We say something like souls, not clothes. But that don't mean you walk in the church house with a dress up your ass and your booty cheeks. There's still some respect and reverence for Christ. And I think the older and mature you get, you kind of understand it now. The lines are kind of waver depending on if the church is a young church, if
So
the kind of
and my
ministers that they
pushback,
have, and who their audience
my
is.
pushback, Drea, would be just the same example that Tristan said. Y'all listen to Kirk Franklin. Y'all let him dance. Y'all let him gyrate. Y'all let him moonwalk. Y'all let him do all of those things. Nobody says anything about Kirk Franklin. You know, the ways
They did
of worship.
say things about Kirk Franklin.
Huh?
Yeah, they did say
No,
things.
they did.
Yes,
Kirk
they did.
Franklin got a lot of pushback. And people who are more secular driven do get a lot of pushback from certain parameters in the Christian world. They do, because you can't Kirk Franklin is mimicking a lot of secular
Thank you.
ways. A lot of secular culture. So like, let's just say if I say I'm a body of Christ and I'm this Christian woman, but I always got to dress up my ass looking like a secular woman or a street woman. I mean, what am I really portraying? And that's, I think, that what we have to remember. There are just certain things. I think if they're having fun and they're learning, yes, but it shouldn't look so
Never.
secular. It shouldn't feel
The,
Well, can
the
so
I have
God
secular,
I
you know, because
serve says
Hold
put
on,
a.
let me go to Anthony. Go ahead.
The God I serve says put a.
what's so secular about a boot on
I'm
a
finna show you. I'm finna show you. You
what's
know,
so
we
secular
so
about a boot on the ground?
we so caught up on, Baptist, Muslim, Pentecostal, Church of God in Christ. All those things have a start date. When you representing a person that always was going to be, and always is, you have to do things his way, not your way. He said, put a difference between holy and unholy. There's no difference between that dance in the unholy way in the club and when I see it in the church. It's the same exact dance, same exact music, same exact moves. So if I'm God, would you bring that dance to me as a holy dance to me? Do you
no.
think God is pleased by that dance in church?
No, I mean, obviously not. But I guess the
So
argument.
that's what we should be trying to please, not us and the pastor that's lying to you.
And I think I don't think that Tristan is saying that maybe it's a way to get in heaven. And I think what we're saying is that the worshiping has become very different these days.
Because
right?
we changing.
Yes,
Not
yes,
God.
Time changing. We got our new iPhones. If
But the
that's the
word
case,
don't
our
never
phones are
change.
secular. That's the phones, iPhone. Jesus didn't have iPhones.
He ain't
We
have
we
an
gravitate more
I do
iPhone. He
want to
had
time.
the
say,
word.
I want to say one
What you
thing.
say?
It's just
Go
something
ahead,
I don't
Andrea.
understand.
I want to. Well, I want to say this,
Go
and
ahead, Andrea. Go ahead.
maybe it'll shed just a little bit of light. I do think that sometimes, in the world, in the standard world, the civilian, how we call it in this regular world, people say we don't want to talk about religion. We don't want to talk, and we leave the world in the world. And when you go to church for holiness. You go to church for Christianity. You go to church for something that is sacred. And so just
Mhm.
like you wouldn't have sex in a church. There are just certain things that you wouldn't do to church. And even in the world, we say, leave that you need to go to church, honey, if you want to do that. Or you need to so it's like don't bring some of that into the church either. Leave that out. You
Yeah.
got all the time in the world to do that. When you come to church these 2 hours, you don't have to be gyrating and put your boots on the ground. Put your knees on the
Mhm.
floor. You know what I'm saying? Not your
Mhm.
boots
Mhm.
and your
Mhm.
fans, because like
Mhm.
he said, if you stood before God, you wanna look like him, talk like him, walk like him, and you want to reflect him. And if that's not what he looks like, that's not what you want to be
I
doing.
understand. I understand that, but it's just one thing. It's like a lot of people do stuff in the church that are not of God, but
That's because they got them fake preachers, man. They went to seminary
you know
school
what I'm
to
saying? I'm
learn how to
saying it's
I
like
preach.
it's just like you slapping your kid in the mouth, shut up, and it's like and then it's like there's a lot of stuff that go on in church, or you soon as you hit the parking lot, you cursing, and just like you was taught, you like Anthony talking about what's in the God's way, but he talking about some goddamn, God, you using the Lord's name in vain.
Hey, now I'm gonna tell you where
The
that come from.
where's the emoji?
Hold on, fool. I'm gonna tell you where that come from. I'm getting confused because when I'm looking in the church and I'm seeing the same people I'm seeing in the club, I'm confused. So that's why it'd be easy for me to cuss.
You're not
Right,
confused,
I'm
Anthony. You
confused.
are
right,
not
I'm seeing the
confused.
club and with
right, and
other
you in the
people in
club,
the
and you in the
church.
club with them.
Nah, I don't go to clubs no more. Things
How
I
you
used
well
to
see
do,
him
I
in the
don't do
club
no
if you
more.
wasn't in there?
well
Huh?
wait, guys, listen. And I want to say this too. People go to listen. We can't say that.
Can
And
you hear me
Tristan,
say this shit? What you finna say?
Anthony and Tristan, you can't say that either. You can't say, well, the reason I don't go is because of this. Like when you get in front of your God, you're not gonna be able to tell your God, I didn't go because I didn't like the pastors, and I didn't go because I didn't. Because if that's the
Yeah,
case, don't go to Walmart. Because sending people are in Walmart.
no,
And people, wait a minute, and people go to church. Yes, you're gonna have the most holes in church. You're gonna have the most unspiritual people because they're going there for something. Everybody don't get it the first time they go. Some people sit in church for a lot of time, a lot of reasons, but people that are going because they need something and they need to feel something and they're trying to change. Doesn't mean that they're doing it. So yes, you are going to get the most ridiculous people in church and you're going to get the
exactly.
behaviors of them in church. So but if that, like I said, but if that's the case and you want to be around only holy, don't go to Walmart, don't go to this place, don't go to your
Exactly.
Yeah.
job, because they're everywhere.
That's exactly what
So
I was saying. That's exactly what I was saying. That's why.
yeah.
That's why I said. That's why I don't go, because it's like they y'all judge every single thing like it's hoes. It's this. That's basically what I mean. You just did it. You just said it so much
But it's
intellectual
not
than
a
I did.
it's not a judgment thing, because even when you go on a job, there is still a culture at that job, and you don't have you are an entrepreneur. But even with you being an entrepreneur in your establishment, you have a culture. It may not be the way people dress and talk, but if somebody comes in there and it's different than what you want displayed in your establishment, you're gonna set a tone and you're gonna tell them, hey, this is not how we do this. And every place, every family, every business, every church, every organization, everybody has their culture. And so I want people to stop putting that stigma on church, like, oh, they judge us, oh, they judge us. No, just find a church that you like the culture of it, because there are churches
Right. Exactly.
there are churches just like the one that we just talking about right now. They got boots on the ground, they jumping around
Yes.
the church, they
Yeah. Right.
hollering, they doing all. And if that's what, if they wear whatever they want to wear. Some churches you go to, they don't holler, they don't scream, they are teachers. And then you just have to find the one that makes you better and that fits what you
No, you have
like.
to
And
ask the Lord what to send you to.
well, that's in it too. But I'm just saying you
Yeah.
have to find the one that builds your spirit. You know what I'm saying? That makes you better. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
All right, Tristan, we got some comments that I don't want to get off of here before we read.
Okay.
Cheryl is saying,
Cheryl says the church is supposed to be separated from the world. For a
That's right.
sin-
start up top because you confusing me. I'll start at the top, then go to
well,
the bottom.
I started where you posted on the thing.
No, it says that's
And your
inappropriate.
top and my top are two different things. So you can't.
Well, we ain't gonna talk
That's
about
not what
top,
I'm saying. Y'all
top to
make
my top,
everything.
Tristan. We're not talking
I'm
about
saying
that.
me and
Top,
your screen is
top,
different.
top. Read what's on the screen, Tristan. Read
I am. That's my first bullet.
Okay, so
Mine's
it
not
says,
showing up like yours.
okay,
Okay, let
read
me see.
that's
Tina
what's up there
Parker.
now.
Don't
That's
tell me to read what's
inappropriate.
up there. You know I can't see that.
That's inappropriate to be in the sanctuary doing worldly dances.
Mine is
Okay.
smaller than yours. You know I'm on my
Okay.
phone.
You want smaller than his?
Yeah, because I'm on my phone. He didn't want me.
Oh,
No,
okay,
mine
gotcha.
bigger than his. Mom, I'm talking about
Oh
my.
shit!
I'm
Come on,
talking about
Tristan.
my phone screen.
Just read the comments, Tristan, please.
Lord, he needs to take a break. Okay, let's see. Keena says Ray Charles was known to remix church songs, make them secular, yet save grandparents listen to them every
They
anniversary
ain't
party and
saved
family
then.
reunion.
They ain't saved
Every
then.
reunion.
Okay. All right. What's next after that?
Just tell me which one you want me to read.
The one after Keena. Read the one right after Keena. The church is supposed to be separated from the world for a sinner.
The church is supposed to be separated from the world. For a sinner, this is confusing. They're gyrating and carrying on too much.
Yep.
Okay. Candy Webb is saying,
absolutely, Drea. Show reverence to Christ.
Shamika's next.
Seemed like a gospel concert to me.
Raheem
says, like vegans who mimic meat dishes.
CJ Harden.
Shize says, Andrea's talking really good. Absolutely.
And so I guess, like Andrea, Tristan, Anthony P, I think you all right. I think I do agree with Tristan, not as a fact that not going, because I think Tristan, you still should go to church. But I do agree with Tristan when he says worshiping is not so traditional these days. And as Anthony P said, we have made it okay to worship. And, some of these churches are saying we want to reach people where they are, right? You know what I'm saying? They, and if it's they want to reach you through songs, or they want to reach you through, if they can get you in the church by letting you comfortable with even some of the worshiping, when you're in church and you're worshiping and you're swaying, and all of those are just dance moves. When you're in church and you see people just kind of worshiping and clapping, it's like a dance move. It's the same thing, same moves that you're doing in churches and clubs. But you're and if we can get you in by letting you sway a little bit harder, dance, and then you hear the word, they're reaching people where they are. Does that make sense to you, Drea? Does that make sense to you? It does not,
because the Lord don't need no help.
They don't.
Like kind of like a hospital, right? A hospital. Think about it. We got time have changed, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the hospital still do the same exact surgery. If you get sick, right?
Right.
You don't want to go to a hospital where a doctor they done lowered the bar for him to get his license to be able to operate on you. Do you?
Okay. No.
You want the most qualified one. You don't care if if it take you longer to heal. You just want to be healed, right?
Right.
So same thing with the church. And somebody invites you to church, investigate that church, research that church like you do a doctor.
Yeah.
And then go there, because this person is watching out for your soul.
I just think that
You
I
know?
think that with the world changing, yes, there is a level of diversity that we have
Yeah.
moved into. But I still think that
Right.
the respect level needs to be there because and even when you do things like that, there may be some people doing that dance that feel like it's okay to twerk with it
Right.
or to get lower with it.
Thank you.
And then you got men in the church, you know, and so
Right.
it takes away a lot of churches are saying we don't do that because we don't want to we want people to stay in a Christian. If you got a woman
Yeah.
over here with some big breasts and she gyrating, then
Yeah.
the man that's there, he can't even focus on the
Not
word
the
no more
man,
because
the
he
pastor. The
because
pastor.
the
The pastor
pastor
looking at
too.
them
So it's
lips.
like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like don't invite some of those things. And that's why
Yeah.
some people say we're not inviting that. You know, we may get
Yeah.
some of that, but we're
Yeah.
not gonna invite that. My mama had a thing last night after and she was singing Johnny Taylor last $2, you know.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
so it's okay to have fun as a Christian, but it's like you still have to have boundaries and you just you expect more out of people when they are saying that they are Christians and serving God than you do with a person who does not. It's just the way it is. It's
So
different
just
rules.
so what we're taking away from it, Anthony, I know your grandfather is
As
a
a Christian,
pastor.
just don't do nothing.
What
Look
she
at
say?
No,
Tristan.
you can have fun as a
So
Christian. You
so
just
that
Shit, no, you
means
can't. It's not what it seemed
yes,
like.
you can. Yes, you can.
so what we're saying is if you want to do this boots on the ground line dance, do not go to Andrea's parents' church. Do not go
Please
to
don't, because
Anthony's
honey, grandma
grandfather's
got
No,
a
church.
church.
no, come on, have no
We'll put
church.
you up out of
The
there.
Lord,
Lindsay,
the Lord.
over there on, they not doing it over in Bishop
No,
Liz.
no,
Y'all not doing the boots in the ground
I
over
no.
there.
can't go over to
Now,
Andrea
Anthony, you
Church.
now Anthony, you
I
run, you
walk in,
run,
they gonna change their sermon.
you still run the sound in the church, Anthony. Are you still doing the sound?
Man, why you tell
I
about
know
that?
Anthony
Ain't tell
normally
about
do the
business,
sound.
man.
So listen, if y'all wanna do this, do not show up at Anthony and Andrea's church.
Please don't.
Well, be
Please
level
don't.
church.
Because you gonna get your feelings hurt.
I'm like Tristan. I'm like Andre. I'm so tired of that damn. If I see another damn fan and a boost on the ground song, I'm so damn tired of that
Yeah.
damn.
And then why y'all men got fans? But that's neither here or there.
What?
Wait, who got?
Now, a man should not have no fan, Tristan. He
No.
should not be.
They got fans and
Where do you
boots
see men with fans at?
everywhere. Everybody got the
Men like
fans.
you or talking about regular men?
No, men like me and you.
Nah, you.
Now, but if you see a man with a fan, then he probably not like us. He probably like you, Tristan.
He probably
Nah,
like
Nah, I promise you
like,
that.
They
He
not
shouldn't
like
have no
us.
damn fan if he
like
like
you
us. I
know,
promise you.
yeah,
I'm
okay.
just telling you, but he might
No.
be trying to play like he like us, but he
Oh,
over there with
okay.
you. He
Yeah.
over there with you for
Okay.
Yeah, we
real.
give you that one.
Okay.
For real.
Nah, he ain't
That's
over
true.
here.
Well, I'm just saying, if he got a fan, he need to be over there.
I
I don't know
know.
if he over there or
Yeah,
not.
yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
he can't come up.
Put the
Listen,
camera
he
on the
can't
other
come
side
up.
of the bed.
Yeah.
Who over there? Let us see. Okay, well, shit, he need to be over there is where he need to be.
Not if he got enough fan, he can't come over here.
Shit,
If
he
he got
ain't
on
over
boots and a
here.
fan, he can't come over here. He gotta. He can't come up over here with no
Yeah,
fan.
if he got a damn fan doing that line dance, he need to be
He
over
can't
there.
come up. He can't come over here either.
Well, somewhere I'm not talking about over there, but he need to be
He
somewhere.
can't come over there with no fan,
Mm-mm.
but you over there with a purse.
He says only one person that can be feminine over
Thank
here.
you.
Okay, all right, okay. All right, do we have any order of business that we need to talk about before we get out of here, y'all? Do we have?
Nah.
All right, next week, we got a new intro. I'm trying to get it done. So next week, our new countdown is going to try to be done next week. And then obviously we are looking for somebody to do the news on the UTB podcast. So if you got some suggestions for somebody that can do the news, hit up Andrea, hit up Tristan, hit up Anthony, hit up myself, and somebody will get back to you. Any other order of business, Tristan? You got anything you need to talk about before we get out of here?
No, I really ain't supposed to be talking. I'm really supposed to be to myself for a couple of days.
Why's that?
Yeah, I saw the little text message or the post that you posted that you were wanting to turn your phone off and
I need some time to myself. I need some time to myself, gather myself, and so I can go hard. I gotta let go of some past things.
So are you not doing? You're not. If people got an appointment with you, you still honoring their appointments, or you rescheduling them, or what? You
These
said you need
bills
some time to you. Okay, so
these
you
bills go on.
working. So you're working. You just saying you need some time away from social media. Is that what you're saying?
Not even social media, just time to. I don't want other people's problems. It just other people's problem. Just if it ain't about an appointment, I don't even want to talk about appointment. Book online. I just don't want to talk to nobody. I I need more time for myself. As much time as I can get so I can fix what I have for myself, if that makes sense. I'm gonna still be on, so I'm still gonna be promoting my business because stuff has to go on. I just can't quit. If I quit, everything shut down. It's just me and my business.
So what I hear you saying is you will not be taking personal calls, not a lot of
Yes.
phone calls. Give you time for that.
Yes.
Text you if you want to have a conversation with you. Don't just call you. How long is
Not
this going
even
to
that.
last, Tristan? How long is this break going to last?
Just I just need like a couple of days to a week. I'm a Gemini, so I can snap back just like that.
Tristan, you can have a life coach session with me. I think it'll do
Nah, that
you
nigga
some
need to go
good.
get help.
If anybody else needs a life coach session, y'all just hit me up in the inbox. I'm great at it. Okay, I can.
There it is, Tristan.
Yeah, it's just a lot of stuff that like basically what it is. I'm a Gemini, so I'm gonna keep taking hits and making not even taking hits, just this stuff that's hurting me in the past. I let stuff build up, and then like when your tank get full, it explodes. So like I just need to release some stuff. Nothing. I'm okay physically. It's just stuff like past relationship, 7 years in a relationship. They took my nephew from me. It's just a lot of stuff that I just haven't let go. I just packed up and doing hair, doing this, doing that, doing hair shows. I really haven't had time to myself. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You need to release some things, right? You still got
Yeah,
some things
basically
on you.
some things. I can't just shut
Yeah.
myself from the world because bills don't stop. I can't tell them, hey,
Yeah.
I can't pay my light bill because I'm going through stuff. No, I'm not still gonna take appointments. You just book online. I'm just not gonna talk to you 3 hours like I normally do you about an appointment that you don't have. So
Yeah.
just use my booking system. If it's something that you really need, you can talk to me on the website. If I need to call you, I'll call you. But as far as all these phone calls, I just can't take it right now because I don't want to take my feelings and pour onto you, like have an attitude and stuff like that. So I just need to release myself. That's what I meant by that.
Okay. So everybody needs some R&R. So what I'm hearing you saying is you need some R&R, some time to reboot yourself, get yourself together.
Yes.
And so if you're trying to risk Tristan, then he's saying text him, give him an opportunity.
That might be it.
Did you even hear what he said?
Yeah, I heard his motherfucking ass talking about somebody need some pussy.
Need some pussy. That's what you need.
Pussy.
Release.
I'm
just saying what you need, man. Try a thing my way.
Look, so I can be a baby daddy. No,
I promise you. You try thing my way. I promise you will not go back to things you used to do.
You better than that. Don't be no baby daddy.
You tired of being a baby mama, ain't you?
but y'all have problems too. Baby daddy, baby.
Tristan, you just need to take a
Yeah,
vacation
I think that's what I need.
and a real vacation, not a vacation where you're going out of town and still got to do somebody here.
Yeah, it's like like every time that I do kind of like get a break, I'm still having to, even like when I'm off, I never really have a really off day because like when somebody calls, oh Gary, how you doing? Oh, and yeah, Gary, you buy my hair, and it's just like it's always something about my hair, or if they invite me out, I gotta do their hair before we go out, or you know what I'm saying,
They're using you. They're using you. Be around all
or
these
you know what I'm
damn
saying, like if
girls.
I'm out of town, like I want to out of town break where there's nobody there, I'm just chill.
Tristan, your circle has to get smaller. You know what I'm saying? I think your circle of people that you deal with needs to probably get smaller.
I wouldn't even hang with nobody that need their hair done. If I do hair, I'm a beautician. I don't want to hang.
No, I'm just saying. If I'm saying it happens often, I'm just saying like when somebody be like come out with me, it turns into me doing their hair or something. It don't happen often. I just like I don't want a vacation where I'm still doing somebody's hair. I want to be pampered. Like I'm tired. Like I'm always the go-to person. So that's what I meant by that. I don't have this large group of people.
You gotta let some things go, let some situations go,
say
let
some
people
no, learn
go.
to say no.
Yes.
No, I love you, but no.
Yes.
It's okay.
I don't understand how you depressed. All you naked women here around every day. Shoot, I'd be releasing if I was you.
Shut up, Anthony.
I'm just saying, nigga, you around naked girls all the time.
Well, anyway, Tristan, however we can help you as a team, we are there for you. Andrea saying you probably need to do some life coaching, get on the phone with Andrea, help work through your challenges. But we support it. However you need to do, whether it's releasing, hey, you just saying, hey, give me a text. If I want to be involved with it, if I want to respond to it, I will respond back. But take as much time as you need to make sure that Tristan, because if you're not right, nobody around you gonna be right. So take the time you need. Yeah, take the time you need to get you some R&R, reboot yourself, and then come back bigger and better.
Yeah.
All right. Anthony P, you got anything you need to talk about before we get out of here? Well, how's your waxing business? I know you were saying.
Oh yeah, we getting it off the ground. You know, we about to open doors in about another month. We'll be doing waxing, Brazilian waxing up on your armpit, on your private parts. You know, strictly for women.
Andrea, would you let Anthony P? Would you support his business or no?
Andrea, would you come get a wax?
I'm gonna let you ask my husband, Bobby, that.
Well, he ain't out of jail right now, so he don't count.
Doesn't matter.
So-
I'm gonna let you ask him that.
So you already know. Hell no.
man.
Tristan, would you support Anthony's business? The
I
waxing
sure
I've
business?
seen him a bunch of
No,
other
motherfucker,
women.
you can bring some naked girls.
I
that you be
sure
around
would.
to get a wax.
I want the landing strip, please.
No, fuck that. You can't come over here, nigga.
Please.
You can bring them girls you be around though. You can bring them women that you be around up in
So
there.
you only doing females, P, no
Only
males?
real female, not no transgender female that went and got the woman part.
Boy,
none
fuck
of
you.
that.
I'm coming up in there. Shit.
What is that?
He say he coming Tristan.
No.
Are you
hell no.
discriminating? Are you discriminating?
Goddamn,
He don't get
yes,
shut down,
yes,
Tristan.
I
He
am.
Are you discriminating? Because we'll
Yes,
go
the
to the
fuck
Better
I
Business
am.
Bureau. The Better
Huh?
Business Bureau. We'll go to the Better
Call
Business
the Better Bureau. Give a fuck who you call.
Anthony P,
call
when
somebody.
are you expected to open? When you think you go get it up?
Man, I'm trying to get whenever Tristan leaves up at that building, where I can get that building that he
We
in.
got a room for you.
Tristan, Tristan
Yeah,
got a room
that's what
over
I'm
there to
saying.
do.
We come over there, Tristan, with all the women at, you know, we're doing
All right.
lashes and everything.
All right, well, y'all make sure that we're going to stay on top of that when Anthony got his business up. Y'all make sure y'all support everybody except males. He just want females only, so y'all got to respect this business
You
plan.
ain't talking about me because I'm coming.
Yeah.
He
Nah,
gonna be
he-
pissed. He
All
got
right, so
pissed
listen.
when he seen that appointment when that appointment come through.
Lord have mercy. So listen, if we don't have any other business, we will catch you guys next week. Oh, next week. I don't know if we might have to move it to Monday. I may have to go to Iowa for Randy's and basketball. I'm gonna see if I can get out of it, but if not, we might have to move next Sunday because we might be traveling back from Iowa. I'll let you guys know. We'll put something out this week to let you know about that. Okay. All right. If you don't have any other order of business, we will see you next week. Same bad time, Andrea.
Same
bad
bitch.
channel.
All right. Good night, y'all.
Andrea.
Good night.
Had another rough conversation with the voices in your